From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold, we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets. Yo, 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 yo. Y'all know what time it is. The doctor's in the house. Let's get right. Get my volume right. Get my camera right. Hold on. Let me get my thing right too. My sub count. I'm just looking craggy. All cracked out. Hold on. Excuse me. All right. Let's get it, man. We are here. Let's go, man. Let's go. Everything's set up. Let's go. Let's go. Check my phone. Make sure my phone's straight. Make sure I see all these chats. Hold on. Oh my gosh. All right, we good. We good. We good. And make sure I'm straight. Oh Lord, I messed up. We not good. Hold on, bro. What's going on, bro? This thing tripping. This thing tripping. All right, we good. We good. Smoochie in the building. What it do, Smoochie? Big Smoochie in the building. What it do? What it do? Smoochie en la casa. Smoochie in the house. Smoochie in the building. Smoochie en el edificio. That's the building, right? Yeah. Come on now. I know my Spanish now. Stop playing with me. All right, let's get right though. So today I want to talk about a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff to talk about from DEVIN HANEY, and you know there's been some rumors swirling with Ryan Garcia. Supposedly the tests were retested. I don't know when people just gonna let it go, man. I never see so many. So like now I'm not saying that it might not be true. I don't know, but that's a hell of a reach. So I'm gonna wait and be patient and see what goes on. But there's a lot of talk saying the New York State Athletic Commission is under fire. You know, because they tested and retested and reactivated the ostarine in the urine sample. You know what I'm talking about? They done awakened and reawakened the hope. It's funny, but you never know. You never know, man. So they're saying that it was tampered with. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm just over that whole stuff. Our battle on UFC is coming very soon. Uh-oh. What battle we talking about? What's up? What you trying to fight? Let me know. When you trying to fight? Front line in the building. House shopping these past couple of days. I got to stay up the TV. Oh, let's go, Smoochie. Let's go. I wish you the best in your crib. Let's go. Rude exposure. What it do? So, but the big news is that, of course, you know, DEVIN HANEY. I've been seeing a lot of people. I don't know what. Like, I don't know, Chad. Like, I don't know if I'm just that good. You know, I'm humble now. But am I really just that good? Or maybe I care too much. Or maybe people don't care enough. Like, I've been seeing a lot of stuff about misinformation in regards to misinformation around DEVIN HANEY. Bro, they're saying that, oh, he got stripped of the belt. He didn't get stripped or vacate, you know, but it's closer to being vacated than it was to stripped. You know, WBC, they said that he, what it called, bro? He's been declared as champion of recess. Champion of recess means that you're inactive. Basically, it means you're inactive, whether it's because of mental health or you're in an accident, or you cannot. Basically, you cannot report to duty. So it's like you're on a leave of absence. Like, say you're on the work. If let's put it in working terms. If you get stripped, that's like somebody getting fired. That means that you're not complying. You're not being compliant to what they want you to do at the job, or you know, maybe they mandated, you know, you don't want to fight your mandatory, or maybe you don't want to pay the station fee, so you get fired. That's what being stripped is. Vacating is like akin to you quitting your job. Like, oh, I'm not happy with who they want me to fight. I want to go on to bigger and better things, or I don't want to pay the sanction fees. Then you vacate. When you get declared the champion of recess, like Terrence Crawford, and I'm gonna give you a perfect example involving Terrence Crawford. Matter of fact, champion of recess means a lot of times you get declared champion of recess because you're inactive, or like they give you a grace period to maybe because you're not able to report for duty, you know, or something's going on that's usually outside your control. And for the most part, now this is where boxing gets a little funny, you know, because you know Terrence Crawford was stripped of the IBF, right? When it comes to Boots, that's why Boots was declared the champion for the IBF. And then I believe the WBC
they named Terrence Crawford the champion of recess, which is why Mario Barrios, who's the interim champion, he got elevated to the champion. But you notice we'll still say Terrence Crawford is still the champion of recess, meaning that until further notice, and let's be fair, Terrence Crawford is active, right? He's just active in another division because he's about to fight Israel Madrimov in 154. But champion of recess means that Terrence Crawford can still lay claim to that belt. Let's say that he beats Madrimov and he wants to come back down to 147. He can get reinstated as a champion or fight Barrios, however they want to do it. You see what I'm saying? But when it comes to the IBF, he can't do nothing. He's not a mandatory for the IBF. He has no claim to the IBF title that Boots has because he was stripped. You see the subtle difference? It might be a subtle difference. People may think it's semantics. It's kind of semantics when you look at it from the sanctioned body, because the sanctioned body wants to say, okay, we gonna strip you instead of calling you champion of recess. Then it's kind of essentially the same thing. And to be fair, the sanctioned body doesn't even have to call him a champion of recess. They can just be like, hey, I'm gonna give you time. You don't have to worry about your mandatory right now, if they're really being kind and generous. But they're going by the book and they're saying, okay, Devin Haney wants to take a year off. Boom, we gonna give you some time because we know you might be recovering from the ass whooping that you got, being traumatized or whatever, even though it was cheating. He's gonna give you a grace period, or you can look at it like that, or you can look at it as being more sinister and nefarious, that they're giving him even less slack. They're on the verge of stripping him, and then since Alberto Puello has been elevated and he'll fight Sandor Martin, then please believe, most likely, he'll no longer be the champion of recess, and they'll elevate that person, the winner of Sandor Martin and Alberto Puello, to a full champion, probably. But still, it's not called stripped or vacated. He's the champion of recess. All right, let me catch up. H Money Mob, what's good, man? What's good? H Money in the building. Mitty said take overrated for sure. We ain't get to that part yet. Slow down, little buddy. Damn. He said take overrated.
Yeah.
That's crazy. We ain't even get to that part yet. Marvella tracks in the building. Should Devin run it with Barrios or go down for Shakur? He definitely shouldn't go down. I don't think he could go down. And I think that he's been calling out Barrios, right? So I don't think he should run it with Barrios. I have Barrios winning that. I think that Devin Haney should take a tune-up that does not include moving up and fighting a champion like Barrios, or staying at 140 and fighting your mandatory, in my personal opinion. But, of course, the best thing will be to do is fight Sandor Martin, but I think he needs and deserves a tune-up. You know what I'm talking about? I need to see these guys mix it up with each other before I say, man, I agree, Root. I agree, Root Exposure. Don't need to mix anything. See it with my own eyes. Your eyes are your eyes. So talk to a Root Exposure. Root Exposure said, I'm not going. That was your eyes. Talk to him. Drop bombs on him. Why is Devin fight his man, though? Now they want Sandor to fight Puello. Yeah, because he's a champion of recess now. So, like I said, when you're a champion of recess, most likely is because they're giving you a chance to make up your mind, like Terrence Crawford, right? If Terrence Crawford stays at 154, please believe his status of champion of recess at 147 for the belt that Mario Barrios has, WBC, he'll probably get removed from that. So it's like they give you a great, like, hey, we're going to see what you want to do. If you're going to stay at 154, then you're not champion of recess. But they give you an opportunity to choose if you want to pursue his career undisputed at 154. Then they'll remove his champion of recess status. But if he decides to go back down to 147, then they'll reinstate him. That's what the champion of recess is. For a lot of times. I'm not saying that boxing is very fluid, right? Things move, so that's just what it means typically. Ain't nobody finna change my mind why people protected a 30-year-old prospect. Beyond me, that's crazy. James Toney thinks Devin is ruined. I think it's gonna be hard to bounce back, man. James Toney definitely knows his boxing. That's a fact, Minnie. That's a fact. James Toney, one of the best of all time. That's a fact. Gervonta got sugar to take. That's crazy. Hey, yo, come on now. What we doing, man? They said Gervonta out here dancing like this.
Hey, yeah. Oh, that look good.
Why my man can't dance? Why my man can't dance, Minnie? Why you hating on the dance moves now? You sound like a hater, Minnie. I ain't gonna hold you. You sound like a hater. Why I ain't gonna hold you? Why my man can't dance? Hey, them good dancers are good to train for boxing. They already got the footwork. You feel me? But yeah, so let's go right through that, man. We can bounce back to the Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia stuff. But yeah, I think the Devin Haney stuff, he's just gonna. I think to answer that question, I don't think it bodes well for him to fight anybody that's a puncher. Right now coming off that butt whooping, I think he needs to find the cheating butt whooping. Please believe it was cheating. I think he needs to find himself and come up with a tune-up fight, kind of like what Teofimo was doing with Steve Claggett. He won the fight against Jermaine Ortiz, but he still wants to get his bearings up and get the crowd into it, reclaim some of his fans that may be a little shaky on Teo. That's what Teofimo was doing with Steve Claggett. So if somebody got brutalized like that, especially when PEDs were involved, give him a chance to bounce back, man. Yo! Marvelous. Would Barrios get a tuned up before Boots for Devin? Hey, Marvelous, I appreciate that, man. Let's get right, man. Dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter.
These biscuits.
I appreciate that $2. Marvelous says, will Barrios be a tune-up for Boots? I'm going to be honest, man. I'm going to be honest, Marvelous. Ain't no tune-up for Boots for Devin. There's no way, and I'm no disrespect. And I don't mean this disrespectfully. But that's why I say that Devin shouldn't. I'm not sure about his 147 bid. Because let's say he does beat Barrios, which I think stylistically he could, right? He damn sure ain't no tune-up for Boots. Devin ain't got no chance against Boots. I say that respectfully, man. It's just styles make fights. You know, Boots is just, he's a bigger puncher. Now, like I said, I don't elevate Boots to pound for pound status like most people do. Because I'm a firm believer in, yes, Boots looks good. Boots passes the eye test. He looks like he's a pound for pound fighter. However, I need to see Boots fight somebody that I know is a bona fide good fighter. Royman Villa, he's good, but I'm not convinced yet. You know what I'm saying? So it's one thing to look good against mediocre to okay opponents. It's another thing to look good against good opponents. Bud has looked good against good opponents, great opponents. Errol Spence looked good against good opponents, great opponents. Canelo looks good against good opponents, great. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't want to say that. But with that being said, you know, Devin Haney is a champion. You know, Boots was quote unquote an email champion with the IBF, you know. But Devin Haney is undisputed, but at lower weights. And I'm not convinced that Devin can handle 147. Because if he does beat Barrios, do you think that he beats Stanionis? Do you think he beats, maybe stylistically he beats Stanionis, but can he take Stanionis' power? That's the thing, you moving up. All these guys are going to hit harder. Like, I think it's a fair assumption. It's an assumption, but I think it's a fair assumption to believe that Boots and Stanionis at 147, and who else is that a champion at 147? Barrios, and there's another one. I think it's safe to say that they hit at probably maybe not as hard as Ryan definitively, but pretty close. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that would be smart. I don't think that would bode well for Devin. I think Devin, if he fights Barrios and beats him, then I still don't think he should jump right into Boots. I think, first of all, I don't think they're gonna fight. Let me make that clear. I don't think he fights Boots. I mean, Devin, there's a lot of people that he did fight. He definitely not fighting Boots. But I think that he would have to get his feet wet at 147 for a while. Hopefully that answers your question, brother. I just feel like Devin lost to Ryan. The majority of his other competitions are better than Ryan. I agree, Smoochie. But like I said, I think it's criminal of us and people, you know, to say that he just lost to Ryan. Period. Don't do that. You know what I'm talking about? Whether you like Ryan or you like Devin, or you dislike Ryan and dislike Devin, we have to know. I don't care if you believe that it was effective. I don't care if you believe that it was important. I don't care if you believe that it was the optimal form of cheating or it was intentional. It was still cheating because it's cheating if it has it in the system. Like I said, the Keyshawn Davis got cased up for weed. Keyshawn Davis beat Nahir Albright by majority decision. He got tested and they tested positive for marijuana. They took that W back. So when people say these stuff, let's just tell the whole story. The people ask me about Alicia Bumgarner. Well, if you really want to know the difference, I could tell you the difference. If you want to know the difference between Canelo and Triple G when he tests for clenbuterol, I could tell you the differences. If you really want to know, I could break it down. But it's a long story. But I just hate Mayweather DuckTales moves, moving suspect like Canelo. It's been my issue. Take fun to watch, not disputed that. Ain't nothing wrong with, hey, Minnie, you have your opinion. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Fat Boy had Holy Ghost with that biscuit. You feel me? With the honey? You know, come on now. Dev had no chance in hell. Yeah, I don't think he got no chance. Not much wiggle room for Dev. Yeah, it's tough. He has to come back. But that's the thing, you know. That's why I say he's a victim, because I was never, like I said, I bet money. For those of you new to the street, I bet money on Ryan Garcia. It's not like I had inside information that Ryan Garcia was on PEDs. No, I just thought that Ryan Garcia stylistically and Devin Haney's suspect chin would get him caught, and that's what happened. So, but with that being said, I don't give anybody any pass for cheating, bro. He cheated, bro. So it's tainted, man. It doesn't count. Facts. SM, you cannot remove the match out of memory, but it definitely does not count. No, it does not count, bro. It definitely does not. I don't even know why people are battling that. It definitely does not count. And if that happened to another fighter that you like, you know you wouldn't want it to count. And that's what. Just be fair, man. It's not hard. Just be fair. But yeah, so I think with Devin, he's stuck in between a rock and a hard place, because the best thing for him to do is kind of the worst thing for him to do. The best thing for him to do is to fight Sandor Martin, his mandatory. But his mandatory is Sandor Martin. If you know about Sandor Martin is not an easy out. Sandor Martin is not a tune-up fight for nobody at 140. He's not a tune-up fight for anybody. Ask Teofimo Lopez. He dropped him in the second round. Ask Mikey Garcia, who's a great fighter, one of my favorite fighters when he was fighting. He lost to Sandor Martin. Do I think that Sandor Martin could beat Mikey Garcia in his prime? No. But Mikey Garcia didn't Mikey Garcia was past his prime, but he wasn't on a major decline when he retired. Mikey Garcia was still a good fighter, beats a lot of people. But Mikey Garcia wasn't good enough to beat Sandor Martin, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, so Sandor Martin's he's not an easy out, man. So I don't think you want to bounce back. You don't want to fight Sandor Martin for your bounce back. But I think stylistically, Devin Haney could beat him. He cheated, so how does it count? Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know what the footage mean. Yeah. Saying you have footage is crazy. The Dev Rye fight never happened. What you talk about? What you mean? What it talking about? It never happened. That's what a no contest means. I mean, it happened. Yes, we saw it, but it doesn't count towards your record. That's what a no contest means, my brother. What's the confusion on that? I was arguing with you at all. I'm saying he wanted all the evidence of the fight scrubbed off the internet. Who you talking? You talking to me, Smoochie? Or you talking to SM? Oh, you talking to SM? Sandor will destroy Haney. Yeah, I think right now, I think Sandor would be. I wouldn't say destroy. I mean, of course, if it ends in knockout, then he got destroyed by a lot of people's count. But I could see Haney winning rounds. I could see Haney winning rounds. But yeah. So yeah. Yeah, Smoochie ain't arguing, man. Hey, don't make Smoochie get you together now. Smoochie throw your ass out like Uncle Phil. Rest in peace, Mr. Avery, Philip Avery, man. Uncle Phil, actor play Uncle Phil. Smoochie get you right now. Should toss you out like. But yeah, I think Devin Haney, in my personal opinion, I think Devin Haney, the best thing for him to do would to be, first of all, the two best things for him to do is, one's impossible, right? The best thing he would do would rematch Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is suspended. That can't happen for at least a year, right? And I question if that's ever going to happen anyway. It's definitely not going to happen at 140. If it does happen at 147, I think. And then I think that it'll be best to fight as mandatory for the people, you know? But F the people, because a lot of people are saying that it don't matter if he cheated. I never heard this kind of talk before in my life. So yeah, if it doesn't matter that he cheated, people don't care anyway. So you do what's best for you, I think. And I think what's best for him, in my personal opinion, would be for him to get a tune-up fight, kind of like what Teofimo's doing, like with Steve Claggett. Get a tune-up fight that people haven't heard of or are very unfamiliar with. Bounce back, you know, get a good win. Then maybe fight Barrios at 147. And then the timeline, you know, that'll put you right where Ryan Garcia is getting unsuspended, right? His suspension would be up, right? Boom. Now you at 147. If you beat Mario Barrios, boom. Now you fight Ryan Garcia at 147. That'd be the best course of action in my personal opinion. If you ask me, whether he's gonna do that, is yet to be seen. Sandor would make him dirty. That's crazy. Hey, you gonna have him dirty water like Tank?
Hey.
No.
Yeah.
Have him dirty water. It's crazy.
Me blood clot.
They do have a new pose and it said that's crazy. I'm not gonna count him out, man, because we let it happen. I personally think it's gonna be hard to bounce back because people have the blueprint on you. You know what I'm saying? They already had it. Jorge Linares already showed that he could get wobbled, right? So it's already there, and then now Ryan Garcia kicked the door down. But I'm not gonna give Ryan Garcia credit. I mean, y'all can if y'all want to, but I think that's criminal, man. If you like Devin Haney, you would not be having the same tune. So like for example, Frontline. If Liam Parle was on PEDs, and you would say he cheated. You would say he treated Subriel Matias. I know for a fact you would. And that's why I think that you got to be consistent, man. It doesn't. If Gervonta's my favorite fighter, Canelo's my favorite fighter. If Canelo actually did get caught on Club Butyrol, and I said he cheated. He was cheating. Let me say. Gervonta, if something comes out, Gervonta Davis is cheating. I don't care that he's my favorite fighter. He still cheated. I don't like no boxer more than I like boxing. I don't understand why that's even like a conflict for people, you know? People act like they're going through an existential crisis. Just say that somebody cheated somebody. That's what the tests are for. He failed 3 tests. Can't see Ryan Dev rematch happening a year from now. Yeah, I mean, but then to be fair, I think Ryan would need a tune-up. Minnie? So to be fair, I think Ryan would deserve to get a tune-up after being out for a year. So I don't think that should happen immediately anyway. That's why I'm like, and you never know. Ryan Garcia, he's I don't know, man. You never know what he's gonna do. He might stop boxing altogether. So like I said, I doubt it happens. No, most Puerto Ricans don't make excuses. They get their backs. They get their backs. They get their get backs. No, that's not an excuse. That's your problem right there. You said most Puerto Ricans don't make excuses. What do you mean make excuses? That's not an excuse. He cheated. What do you mean excuse? There's no excuse. That's the truth. You talk about he made an excuse. New York State Athletic Commission is the one that tested him. And I mean, VADA, excuse me. That's V for VADA stands for voluntary. So that means that Ryan Garcia subscribed to the testing. So Ryan Garcia tested himself. He proved himself that he snitched on himself. So why you're blaming Devin? You just don't like Devin Haney. That's okay. But don't be blind. We're not gonna mix things up. What you mean most Puerto Rican fight? What Puerto Rican fighter got cheated? And I guarantee that if that Puerto Rican fighter got cheated, that they complained. That's a fact. That's a fact. In fact, Miguel Cotto's Puerto Rican, who's one of my favorite fighters, didn't he complain about Margarito? So what you just said is a lie. He got it back. He got his get back, but he actually wanted him and his team, and rightfully so. He's not wrong for that. He wanted that dub wiped away, but they couldn't conclusively prove that he cheated because it was, the pictures wasn't conclusive enough. I disagree. I think Margarito's win should have got wiped off the earth. But once again, it's about what you prove. It's not about what's right. It's not about what you think. It's about what you can prove. Some of the cheats we take the L. That's a lie. What you just said is a lie. Who Rican? I thought Ryan was, but yeah, Ryan is Mexican. Because I brought up Super Matias, Smoochie. Super Matias is Puerto Rican. I know Frontline like Super Matias. What he just said is a lie. Because a lot. I've seen people that like Super Matias. A lot of Super Matias fans think that he got robbed by Liam Paro. Liam Paro traveled to Puerto Rico in his hometown and won that fight. I don't know why anybody thinks that Liam Paro didn't win, and people are complaining about that. So what you just said is not true at all. You said that's not true at all. I could literally pull up articles where they protested the Antonio Margarito fight. It just didn't work. So that, just because the petition didn't work doesn't mean they didn't complain. That's like Vasily Lomachenko. After Vasily Lomachenko lost fair and square to Devin Haney, I thought Lomachenko won, but according to the judges thought that Devin Haney won. Well, Lomachenko didn't take that L. Lomachenko went and petitioned it, but no one says that's weak, right? No, but Devin Haney's weak. He actually got cheated. He literally got cheated, but that's weak. Come on now. I thought Matias was the big. Oh, nah, he a Boricua. Nah, he Puerto Rican. But let's get to the Tank thing, man. But yeah, if you think he was cheated, was this consequential? Hey, more power to you. But I think that's kind of crazy. Don't forget to like the video, please. Don't forget to like the video, man. I really appreciate that. I think that's insane to say that somebody on PEDs just it doesn't matter when people get suspended for those reasons. Somebody that someone posthumously, I can't remember his name right now. They just suspended him 4 years, but he passed away. Rest in peace to him. But they just suspended him 4 years for cocaine. But y'all have a problem with Ryan Garcia gets suspended for a year for Ostarine, for a literal PED. I don't get it, man. Where's the consistency? Where's all the people that are rioting for Keyshawn Davis because he got his win overturned to no contest and he was just on marijuana? Where's all the people rioting for him? And people say it's like Alicia Bumgarner. Alicia Bumgarner is not true because Alicia Bumgarner, she tested positive for her test 3 days before the fight. And then her test after the fight came back. This is all after the fight has happened now. The test that she took 3 days before the fight came back positive for having that PED in her system, but then the test that she took the day of the fight, the day after, which was right, those tests came back negative, which is why it wasn't overturned. So people ask this question, but all you have to do is Google it. I know I have my PhD in engineering, sustainable energy engineering with a focus on heat transfer thermodynamics, but I'm just saying that to say that I'm a research scientist, but none of that is inconsequential. I mean, none of that is significant. All you have to do is know how to read and put a little effort in. You could go see the same articles that I see. Even when people compare it to Canelo, a lot of people wrongfully compare it to Canelo, say, oh, Canelo didn't get his win overturned. Bitch, Canelo didn't even fight. The fight with Triple G got postponed because they found the clenbuterol in the system. If you look at the fight, the Triple G rematch happened in September. It was originally slated for May. It got postponed because in April, which is before May, and was damn well before September, he tested for clenbuterol. So once it was out of the system, and once he served his little suspension that was reduced after going to court and proving that it was unintentional, it was an unintentional consumption, then they had to fight in September. So there was no fight to overturn because he got caught with it during training. But people compare these situations because they just hear cheating and think it's all the same thing. An apple is a fruit, an orange is a fruit, a kiwi is a fruit. Are they the same thing? They're all fruits. So Alicia Bumgarner cheated, Canelo cheated, and Ryan Garcia cheated. It's all cheating. But there's different ways that, it's different types. But, I can get you right, man. Just keep rocking with me, man. I get you right. Marvelous, that's a fact. That's a fact, Marvelous. And, Marvelous, I hate, what's funny, Marvelous? I try my best not to blame racism and stuff like that. I try my best to give people the benefit of the doubt, but that's what it boils down to. When have you ever seen, whether you like Ryan Garcia or not, like I said, I bet money on Ryan Garcia. I have no problem because I like Ryan Garcia more than I like Devin Haney. I'm not a Haney fan at all. I always thought that they'd be faking and flogging and overhyped, but I do respect skills. I do think he's a good fighter. But like I said, I bet on Ryan Garcia to win but I don't want Devin Haney to lose by any means necessary. Like some people, I'm really convinced that if Ryan Garcia went in there with a machine gun and shot Devin Haney down, they would have said, oh, he should have dodged the bullets like the Matrix and Neo. They would say, oh, well, he should have dodged the bullets. He shouldn't have got shot. What? Like, come on, man. Come on, man. You talking to somebody who won money off Ryan Garcia. I believe so much in Ryan Garcia that I bet money on him to beat Devin Haney, and I was right. And I still not okay with the cheating. Why are you okay with the cheating, bro? I never see it, and it's sad to say, but I do think it's racially motivated, Marvelous. I do, you know, because it's hard to avoid that, you know. When has so many people came to the defense of a cheater? I've never seen it. But now that the cheater beat a black fighter, I think that's what it is for a lot of people. And for not everybody, I'm not saying everybody, you know, but I think for a lot of people it is. And that's sad, you know. I just like boxing, man. I don't care if you're a black fighter, Hispanic fighter, white fighter, Asian fighter. You know, I just like boxing. I like good boxing. I have reasons for liking boxers, and it's seldomly because of their nationality or ethnicity. But hey, to each his own. You know, whatever reason you like them, I'm not here to judge. We just here to talk boxing, baby. It's whatever. It doesn't matter to me. That's your business. That's between you and your morals and your values and your heart. You know why deep down why you feel that way. And that's not up for me to determine. People know. But yeah, so I want to talk about this pound for pound and talk about Tank, Marvelous. What did you say about Tank? You said that you think Tank is overrated. Did you say that, or am I confusing you with Minnie? You said that I answered your question about appreciate the sticker as well too, man. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. Tank, I think, you know, I was thinking about the pound for pound list, man. You know, I give Tank a lot of credit. Like I said, he's one of my favorite fighters. Tank, Canelo. I like Esau Pitbull Cruz a whole lot. There's a lot of people, you know, my homeboy always teases me and say, man, everybody's my favorite. Everybody who's fighting is my favorite fighter. I bet on Liam Paro to have the most impressive year this year. You know what I'm saying? So I've been shouting out Liam Paro since last year, you know. I do pat myself on the back for that one because I called that earlier. I said he's going to have the biggest year in 2024. I didn't think he was going to fight Super Matias. You know, Super Matias is a beast. I still think he's a good fighter. But I do think he lost, you know. I don't know. I don't feel like I have to, even like with Canelo and Benavidez, I don't have to choose sides. I like them both, but I do want them to fight just like everybody else. But yeah, so the pound for pound list, I was like, man, you know, Tank is very good, but where do I have him on the pound for pound list? And I was like, man, you know, my pound for pound list goes something like this. I got Usyk number 1, I got Inoue number 2, I got Bud number 3, I have Canelo number 4, old Cinnamon. I got 5 as Bivol, 6 as Beterbiev, 7 as Tank, 8 as David Benavidez, El Monstro. 9 I have Junto Nakatani, and 10 I have Shakur. But that was my list prior to a lot of things coming to fruition, including Devin Haney's getting his win back, right? Not his win back, excuse me, getting that loss removed, right? You know, and I think that is wrong because Devin Haney was on the pound for pound list, right, prior to losing. And if that loss if he's vindicated and that loss is expunged, I don't care what you saw, I don't care what you believe, I don't care what you think. We know that it was removed for a reason. That reason was because there was cheating involved. There's PEDs involved, which is banned substances. That's not allowed. So, with that being said, whether you like it or not, he's undefeated. Because that's a no contest. That's what no contest means. It means it on the record, on paper, it didn't happen. You know, as far as it's not consequential when it comes to the record and, you know what I'm saying, the win-loss column. So, I was like, man, I got to consider that. And then I also thought about this, too, Marvelous and Smoochie. I was like, nobody, he got suspended while he was dead. Yeah, he got suspended while he was dead, Smooch. That's crazy. But, you know, a lot of people are mad at the people that released the information. And yes, they should have did their due diligence. They were irresponsible for suspending somebody posthumously while he's dead. However, even though he's dead, you know, rest his soul. But that doesn't change the fact that he had cocaine in the system. So, I mean, to me, in my opinion, they're not really wrong. They're insensitive and they're irresponsible because they didn't realize that the man was already passed away. So somebody made a major they overlooked something. But I don't think that they're necessarily wrong. You know, I bet they regret it. Of course, it looks bad, the optics, but they didn't say anything wrong. They just said he tested positive and he would be suspended for 4 years for cocaine. But then he found out that the man passed away. He passed away in March. I can't remember his name right now. But yeah, so I was thinking about Tank, and I was like, man, you know, I always comfortably put Bivol and Beterbiev over Tank. And I was like, why do I do that? And I went to thinking, I was like, yeah, Beterbiev has a 100% KO ratio, but so did Gary Antoine Russell. You know, he had a 100% knockout ratio. But he's not undefeated anymore. He just lost to Alberto Puello. But before that, he had all wins, just like Beterbiev, and he had all wins by knockout. Super Matias, he's not undefeated. Well, he's definitely not undefeated now, but he before he lost to Liam Paro, he lost to Petros Ananya, but he avenged that loss, and all his wins were by knockout too. And I don't have him on the pound for pound list. So Beterbiev is good. He's great in my opinion. That's why he's gonna fight for light heavyweight undisputed. But why do I have him over Tank? How many champions have Beterbiev beaten? I tell people this all the time. Name me another fighter that's a champion that beat two people on their record that went on after their losses to them and to become champion. Tank has two people that are champions right now that he beat. Mario Barrios is a champion at 147, 2 weight classes higher than where he's at right now. Isaac Pitbull Cruz is a champion at 140, a weight class higher than what Tank is at right now. So like, why do I have people? So Beterbiev is nice, but who's Beterbiev's best win? Probably Callum Smith? Maybe Joe Smith? I don't know. Who was Beterbiev's best win? Marcus Brown, maybe? I don't know. You know, but none of them are champions, right? Callum Smith was a champion at a lower weight class. And then I look at Bivol, right? Bivol beat Canelo, which is great because I have Canelo number 4, and he's a face of boxing. Canelo is a beast. Old Cinnamon, he's a beast, man. All-time great. If he stops back, if he never picks up boxing gloves for the rest of his days from this moment forward, he's the all-time great, Hall of Famer, no doubt. First ballot, you know what I'm saying? But outside of Canelo, who has Bivol beat? You know, he just beat Malik Zanat, who's an undefeated fighter, but he's an undefeated unknown fighter. Tank just beat Frank Martin. He's an undefeated fighter. In fact, he beat Artem Hardayunian, and he gave him his only loss. And Artem Hardayunian is about to fight Shakur Stevenson. And Frank Martin beat him. Frank Martin also beat Michael Rivera. Remember him? I believe was he Cuban or Dominican? I think he was Cuban. He beat him, right? Upset him. So I was like, man, I can't really justify. Naturally, I feel like Bivol and Beterbiev should be over Tank. But why? Do I really have a justification for that? Marvellis said, no heavyweights on pound for pound. Who's your top 3 at 135? Hey, Marvellis dropping that cheese, that bread, that butter.
These biscuits.
Big $2. My brother, I appreciate that, man. And you said no heavyweights on pound for pound. Okay, I'm cool. I'm cool with that. I disagree, but I understand why people remove heavyweights. So guess what? I have a list for that. If I remove Usyk off the heavyweight list, because right now Usyk's my number 1. But if I remove him, Inoue's number 1 now because he was number 2. I said out, man. Inoue's number 1 now. I mean, I was talking to my dogs. They try to sneak in here and stuff like that. Just eating bones and stuff. They just want to pass gas. I'm not smelling that. So number 1, I have Inoue. Number 2, I have Terrence Crawford. The reason why I have Inoue over Terrence Crawford is not because I think they're both great, both undisputed, right? 2 different weight classes, weight division. But Inoue is active. You know, I can't really have anything. The extent of Bud's inactivity is really insurmountable, especially when they're so close. You're talking about 2 fighters that are so close. You know, I think Terrence Crawford is a more skilled fighter, but Inoue is a beast. What he's doing is phenomenal just as much, and he's more active. You know what I'm saying? I think Inoue has fought 3 times since the last time we seen Bud. So I got Inoue number 1. I got Bud number 2. Now Bud goes and beats Israel Madrimov, good Lord willing, August 3rd. If I see that day, you know, when we see that day, and he beats him at another weight division, 154, then, you know, please believe he's going to supplant him. So I got Usyk. If we take Usyk off, we're not considering heavyweights. I got Inoue number 1, Crawford number 2. I have Canelo number 3 still. And then what I just explained about Beterbiev and Bivol, I got Tank number 4. And then I had Bivol number 5 and I had Beterbiev number 6. And then number 7, I said Beterbiev number 6. Then number 7, I have David Benavidez. And then number 8, I know I'm going to get a lot of heat for this. I got Devin Haney, man. I got Devin Haney. It's a no contest. Devin Haney's right back up there. I got Devin Haney number 8. Number 9, I got Junto Nakatani. And number 10, I have Shakur. That's my list. That's my list, man. I got to put Devin Haney back on there. And I could consider Errol Spence, too. His one loss only came... He only has 1 loss, and he has a whole bunch of champions on his resume, including Sean Porter, Lamont Peterson, Mikey Garcia, Kell Brook, so many people, you know. And he only lost to who's highly considered the best boxer in the world, Terrence Bud Crawford. So he can't fall too far down either. You know what I'm saying? And then you have Jesse Bam Rodriguez could be considered, who's about to fight Juan Francisco Estrada, who I think that's going to be a great fight. He could also be considered. So there's a lot of considerations. He said, who's your top 3 at 135 and 140? That's a good question, bro. My top 3, Tank is number 1. I think Tank beats them all. Number 2, I have to put Teofimo Lopez. Even though he looked shitty against Jermaine Ortiz, I can't say anybody definitively beats him besides Tank, in my opinion. I think Teo and Shakur will be a good fight as well. I know Shakur recently called out Teo, but I have number 1, Gervonta. I got number 2, Teo, and then number 3, because I can't remove that out my mind with Devin Haney, and I always thought Shakur was better than Devin Haney. If you're talking about resumes, then I got to put Devin Haney. But if you're talking about skill and who I think is the best, like you asked me, my top 3 for best, I got to put Shakur. And I think we don't want to sleep on there's some fighters too. You know, Abdullah Mason's up and coming, but he's too early for him, right? Keyshawn Davis is still doing his thing. You know, I can still consider him an up and comer as well. You know, Floyd Schofield's looking good. Kid Austin. William Zepeda, who you're gonna see against Giovanni Cabrera, he's looking good, but I just, you know, him calling out Shakur Stevenson seemingly for clout doesn't look too good. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, William Zepeda is he should be considered as well. He's a good fighter in my personal opinion. Who else at 135? Of course, you can't forget about Lomachenko. He's on the decline or not. You know, he's still a good fighter. Not too many people beat him. So who's champions at 135 right now? Is Tank, Shakur, Lomachenko, and Denis Burichuk, right? Denis Burichuk or Burichuk. I can't remember how you pronounce his name. Denis Burichuk. So yeah. So those are some good fighters right there. I would love to see Tank unify. He's apparently supposed to be fighting Lomachenko, and he's supposed to be fighting Lomachenko in November, according to the rumors. I think that's a good fight. I think people don't want to sleep on Lomachenko because he could tap into that Matrix mode, man. I think while I do think he's past his peak, I think he's a little bit out of his prime, but I don't think he's on the decline like everybody's saying. Because if Tank beats him, they're going to say he's on the decline. But then everybody said he looked great against Kambosos, right? And another thing about Kambosos, you know, I always thought Kambosos was a good fighter. He's not the cream of the crop. He's not the cream of the crop, but he's a champion, man. I always respect champions. So I feel like with Kambosos, it's very unfair that when Devin Haney beats Kambosos twice, he's a mediocre fighter. When Teofimo loses to Kambosos, they say he lost to a bozo. But then when Lomachenko beats him years later, they say that's a great win for Lomachenko. You see the inconsistency and the hypocrisy here? I can't stand hypocritical shit, man. That hypocrisy is crazy. I always thought Kambosos is a good win because I thought Kambosos was a good win for Devin Haney, and I didn't think that Kambosos being Teofimo was too bad of a loss, to be honest. You know, I think he's a championship level fighter. I don't think when you win a championship, man, I don't think there's any such thing as a bum champion. That's just my personal opinion. So I always thought Kambosos was good. So I do give Lomachenko credit for being Kambosos, but I give everybody credit for being Kambosos or losing. You know what I'm saying? He's just not the cream of the crop. Just because you're not the best champion don't mean that you're a bad champion. He's just not the best. And I think that Lomachenko beating him and knocking him out, beating him by stoppage, it was a good sign, you know. So I think Lomachenko's a good fighter. I do think Tank wins. I think Tank wins by stoppage late. I don't even gonna say too late. I'll say like 8 or 9. Be honest, I kind of like Frank Martin in the 8th round. But yeah, there's a lot of good fighters at 135, 140 pound division. So it gets kind of hot. You know what I'm talking about? It gets kind of hot in that thing. But I got Tank number 1. I got Tio number 2, and I got Shakur number 3. What about you? What you got, man? Can Shushu compete with these guys? I think he's too small, man. Me personally, I think Bruce Shushu Carrington is too small. You know, remember he's only a featherweight, right? So I think Shushu has I think he has a lot to prove. I don't want Shushu to be rushed, man. I feel like a lot of us, what's happening right now, I feel like the boxing media, all of us, we're kind of rushing Shushu. We got to give him a chance, right? Shushu only has 12 fights, and we already talk about him fighting Inoue. We can't disrespect. We got to acknowledge Inoue's greatness, and we cannot disrespect him. I'm not saying that. I personally believe that Shushu has all the tools, and he has the right skill set to beat Inoue. But that doesn't mean he'll beat him. You know what I'm saying? I think stylistically it's a great matchup. But if Inoue and Shushu fought today, I got Inoue. But they're not even in the same division. Inoue's still at super bantamweight. Bruce Shushu Carrington's at 126, you know, at featherweight. So Bruce Shushu Carrington could get a championship. Let him get a belt first at featherweight before I would like to see them fight, in my personal opinion, unless Naoya Inoue moves up tomorrow, which I don't foresee Naoya Inoue move up anytime soon, because he's about to fight TJ Doheny, and then he's going to fight after that Sam Goodman, according to what they're saying over there, like, and if Sam Goodman wins his fight and Naoya Inoue beats TJ Doheny, and then he can still fight Akbadalia before he moves up. So, you know, there's like a path that kind of includes at least 3 fights before he goes to featherweight. So, do I think Shushu, when he's ready, could beat Inoue? Yeah, because I think the styles may fight. Stylistically, hell yeah. But I don't think if they fought today, he's ready. So, if I don't even think he's ready for Inoue, I definitely don't think he could compete with 135. I know I went the long way. I took the scenic route to get back to address your question. But to answer your question, you got to understand, Shushu is at 126, so he's not even at 130. So he definitely at 135. So if you go to 135, I think Tank knocks his block off. We rush everybody. Somebody win their first fight, then they shoot. Yeah, facts. Smoochie, what you just said is facts. We be rushing everybody for real. It's like, dang, we got to slow down, little buddy. We got to slow down. And that's no disrespect to Shushu. Like I said, I think he's very talented. I think he has all the ingredients, but let him get there. And it's respect because I do think, from what I see, that he has the ability to beat him, but he still got to cultivate that. You know what I'm saying? You still got to fully harness his, I don't think he's fully harnessed his power. You know what I'm saying? So it make him sound like a Dragon Ball Z fighter or something, but I don't think he's fully reached his potential. And now, anyway, like I say, he has 30-something fights, man. He's a monster for real. So I wouldn't want to see him getting there and fighting prematurely. I want to see them when they're both at their primes. And, you know, now Inoue scouting him out, too. That's why now Inoue, it wasn't coincidental that he was in New York or Shoe York when Shushu fought Brian De Gracia, right? On the undercard, as a co-main event against Xander Zayas versus Patrick Teixeira a couple weeks ago. So now Inoue was definitely scoping out the competition. No, I'm not talking about you, Russian. That's why I said the media. I said us. I didn't say you personally. I said us. But these streets be talking after his last performance. Yeah. I'm not saying you personally, Marvel. That's why I purposefully and distinctively said us as a boxing media. We all rush. I want to talk about you individually. That's crazy, Smoochie. That's a fact, though. No, you're right. So Boots. So be honest with Boots. Like Smoochie's a big fan of Boots. Like I said, I respect what I see, but I still need to see more. And I'm not saying that in a disrespectful way. Like I said, I'm giving him the utmost respect. I feel like I'm giving him as much respect as I can for what I saw. You know, I think he has all the ingredients to make the recipe for a pound-for-pound fighter. But I can't just put him up there if I haven't seen him fighting good fighters yet. You know what I'm saying? Or any champion. So, you know, Bud, if someone asked me to put money on it, do I think Boots is going to be a pound-for-pound fighter? I would put that money on it, yes. But I don't know for sure, you know. He doesn't have a champion on his resume. Like people foolishly say that Terrence Bud Crawford didn't fight anybody until he fought Errol Spence. That's a lie. He beat Victor Prosto, who was a champion and undefeated when Bud beat him. He beat Gamboa, who was a menace and undefeated when Bud beat him. He beat David Avanesian, who Terrence Crawford is just now about to fight. I mean, who Boots Ennis is just now about to fight. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he also beat Thomas DeLorme way before Boots as well. And granted, he's older than Boots, but I'm just showing you that there's levels. Terrence Crawford also beat Sean Porter. He's also the only man to ever stop Jose Benavidez Jr. And Jose Benavidez fought as high as up as 160. You see what I'm saying? So we got to put respect on Bud's name just because you may not be familiar. Like when I say you, I'm talking about you in general, not you specifically. Just because you may not be familiar with these fighters don't mean, man, you crazy. Terrence Bud Crawford is a beast. He's a dog. He earned every single pound-for-pound vote that he gets. He's a beast, man. The only reason why I don't have him on for number one is because of his inactivity, his lack of activity. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason. Boots on ice. He's too much for majority of fighters. I will say that, Marvelous, but there's some people that's willing to fight him. Barrio said he's willing to fight him. Stanionis said he's willing to fight him. Conor Benn said he was willing to fight him. Do I believe that Conor Benn would have fight him? I don't know. Maybe he could have been wolfing. However, I take fighters for their word. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean that I believe him wholeheartedly, but I do give the fighters the respect. And Conor Benn said he was willing to fight him, and guess what Boots said? Not really Boot. Well, I didn't hear. Yeah, I heard Boots echo this too, but I heard his father, Bozian, to say that Conor Benn does nothing for us. What do you mean Conor Benn does nothing for you? Conor Benn would have been the biggest fighter that you fought as far as revenue generation goes. Conor Benn has a whole nation behind him, England. Now Conor Benn does nothing for you now because Conor Benn is dirty. You know what I'm saying? He just got he appealed his and maybe that's why Ryan Garcia just took that plea. You know, it took that plea and settled because he saw what happened to Conor Benn. Conor Benn got his suspension reinstated because he appealed it and lost. So Conor Benn is cheating. You know what I'm talking about? Which you see how easy that rolled off the tongue? Conor Benn is cheating. Why doesn't Ryan Garcia cheated just roll off the tongue just as easily? I don't get why people struggle to say that. I have no problem saying that cheater cheated. But anyway, yeah, so Conor Benn, he could have fought Conor Benn. Mario Barrios said he's down to fight him. Stanionis said he's down to fight him. These are champions in his weight division. Mario Barrios just got elevated right recently, but he was an interim champion. Go fight him. So we could say that nobody wants to fight Boots. I don't know how willing Boots is. I think Boots would fight them, but I'm not sure how willing in negotiations and all that stuff. You know, the stuff that happens behind the scenes. I don't know how well that's going. You know what I'm talking about? So I don't think it's always a fight. We blame the fighters because we see the fighter's face, and they're the face. They're easy to blame. But a lot of times, like Inoue not fight Akhmadaliev. I don't think that Inoue's scared of Akhmadaliev. I don't think Inoue's scared of anybody. I think Inoue beats Akhmadaliev. But it's clear as day that Bob Arum, only a fool, if you have your head in your sand and you're oblivious to the information that's in front of you, only a fool would think that Bob Arum is not protecting Inoue from Akhmadaliev. Just like Bob Arum stopped Lomachenko from fighting Tank. People like to blame Tank. I don't know why they like to blame Tank and PBC and Floyd Mayweather. They say Floyd Mayweather. What they say, they Mayweather the Floyd protection program. No, Inoue and Lomachenko, especially Lomachenko, has been under the Bob Arum protection program for the longest. And you know how I could prove that and validate that? If you think it's a PBC thing and Gervonta that's stopping the Lomachenko fight, then answer me this, riddle me this. Why didn't Lomachenko fight Shakur? Shakur's in top rank. They're both in the same stable. That's the easiest fight to make. Bob Arum didn't make that fight either. You know why? Because Bob Arum is worried that Shakur might beat him, and then Shakur may not re-up on his contract and then beat Lomachenko and then skedaddle to another promotional company. So he'd be protected his fighters. The only reason why Lomachenko fought Teofimo is because what? They're both at top rank. They're both at top rank now. Teofimo's still with top rank, and he was a major underdog. No one expected Teofimo to beat Lomachenko when he did. But even if he did beat him, which he did, it's a win-win for Bob Arum because they're both his fighters. You see what I'm saying? So they all protect them. Eddie Hearn and Matchroom protects his fighters. Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy protect his fighters. We just saw Zepeda call out Shakur, and then Oscar De La Hoya and his coach Panda, they vetoed it. They said no, we're not really ready. We're just calling him out just to get attention. So they protect their fighters too. Al Heyman and PBC protects their fighters too. Queensberry, Frank Warren and Queensberry, they all do it. But Bob Arum and Top Rank, they're more notorious than anybody. They do it more frequently, more blatantly, and more notoriously, and they get the least blame, which is crazy to me. If you watch boxing, you cannot deny that. Haney no longer WBC champ. Jansen in the building. He's a champion in recess, so yes and no to your question. He yes and no. So yeah, he's a champion in recess. For example, since Wilder looking bad recently, bet AJ is down. Yes, Marvelous. Facts. What you just said is a fact. Canelo's the face of boxing. He's the only one selling. Take not even close. He needs to quit calling himself that. I don't know what that has to do with anything, Champy. I don't know who said that he's a. See, that's once again. You see how people just go and they just try to manipulate the narrative. Who said that he's the face of boxing? I said is Tank overrated or underrated? He came in here and said that Canelo's the face of boxing. Who challenged? Who challenged? Who said that he's not the face of boxing? In fact, I've always said that Canelo is the face of boxing. So when people, I don't know what's up with people, man. I don't know, just reading the comprehension. I don't know, man. Who said that he's not the face of boxing? Canelo is undoubtedly the face of boxing. That doesn't mean that Tank is not overrated or underrated. What does it got to do with the conversation? What's it got to do with the price of tea in China? And even though Canelo is the face of boxing, that doesn't mean that he's the best. So when you talk about overrated or underrated, I'm not talking about revenue generation or earning potential. I'm talking about who's the best. I'm talking about pound for pound. So Canelo is one of my favorite fighters, just like Tank is. You'll be a damn fool if you think Canelo is number 1, number 2, or number 3 pound for pound. So either way, you're off topic. I don't even understand what you're talking about. Bob Arum needs to calm his balls out. He rushed it anyway to move up to featherweight. I don't think so. I don't think he is, Jansen. I don't think he's. You think he's rushing him? Why do you say you think he's rushing him? You got Canelo number 2 pound for. He's still not number 1. So either way, and I don't even know why you have a number 2. You have a number. If you have Canelo 1, 2, or 3, yeah, you don't really know. You're just a Canelo. I don't know why. I'm not gonna disrespect you, so I don't know why you have Canelo over 1, 2, or 3. There's no way you can have Canelo over Usyk. There's no way you can have Canelo over Inoue, and there's no way you can have him over Bud. There's just no way. Everybody I just named are undisputed in 2 weight divisions. Usyk cruiserweight and heavyweight. Inoue super bantamweight right now, and what it is super bantamweight and light junior bantamweight, right? Because he didn't get undisputed at bantamweight. He went to junior bantamweight, then skipped bantamweight, then went to super bantamweight, right? If I'm not mistaken. And then Bud 140, 147. So welterweight and junior welterweight. Yeah, you're crazy. Yeah, you're goofy as hell. This man has Canelo over Inoue and Bud. Yeah, you got it, bro. That's your business. Yeah, calms his balls is crazy. I don't think Bob Arum is rushing him though, Jansen. Why do you think he's rushing him? Can Charlos bounce back? Man, I'm gonna be honest, Marvelous. I don't think that the Charlos want to bounce back, man. And I think, and it's kind of sad in my opinion, man. I feel like not sad on their point, but the Charlos, especially Big Charlo, Jamal Charlo, has openly admitted that he's going through mental warfare. You know what I'm saying? He's going through a mental crisis, and no one has any sympathy for that. But there's other people like Ryan Garcia who's playing around with the mental health, and then people are imposing mental health situation on him, even though he clearly came out and said that everything he did was premeditated and he pre-recorded it. I'm guilty. I think that he's going through something mentally as well. But the people that actually openly admit it, like Jamal Charlo, where's the sympathy at? You see what I'm talking about? Where the sympathy at? Where the sympathy at? So do I think they'll bounce back? I want to say no, because everything I've seen from the Charlos, I'm saying no, not because they're incapable. Not because their inability to do so. I don't know if they have that desire. You know, boxing is the hurt game, man. You can't be halfway in, halfway out. You know what I'm saying? You either outside or you on the porch with it. You know what I'm talking about? So I don't think that they can, not because they're not able to, but I don't think that they're there mentally, especially not Jamal Charlo. Maybe Jermell Charlo, the little Charlo at 154. You know, I saw him at the fight most recently with he was at the Frank Martin fight, right? Frank Martin and Tank fight. So he seemed like he may be getting back into the rhythm of things, into the spirit of things. But Jamal Charlo, everything I've seen with his interviews, he's like, nah, I'm not doing basketball. I'm not doing boxing right now. So yeah, I would. The last thing I would like to see is for boxers, you know, to go in to a fight and they're not fully committed. You know what I'm saying? So you take losses that you end up losing to people that you probably shouldn't lose to. And same with Pacquiao, man. I hated seeing Pacquiao fight past his prime. Not past his prime, because it's okay to fight past your prime, but fight when you're incapable of performing even close to the level that we are accustomed to seeing you. Like Roy Jones, he fought too long, man. We saw Roy Jones, Mike Tyson, Pacquiao lose to people they ain't had no business losing to. You know what I'm talking about? Even James Toney. Someone just brought up James Lights Out Tony. You know what I'm saying? I hate seeing that. You know. So I would hate to see for that to happen with Jamal Charlo or either of the Charlos. The Durrell brothers versus the Charlos, who's greater? Ooh, I got to go with the Charlos, Smoochie, because Jermell Charlo's undisputed. A lot of people forget that man was undisputed at 154. As much as I like Andre Durrell and Anthony Durrell, Andre Durrell's a beast, he's a former champion. Was Anthony Durrell ever a champion? I don't remember. I don't remember. Don't quote me. I don't think he was. I think he may have been a champion. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think he was a champion. But Andre Durrell is definitely the older brother. He's definitely considered the better one out of the two. So if you ask me out of the two brothers, I would definitely go with the Charlos though. Jamal Charlo and Jermell Charlo, both not just because they're undefeated. Jermell Charlo has an L right now, right? Because it was a money grab to get Canelo. But I think they have more claim to greatness than the other dudes do. And no, Jermell Charlo also lost to Tony Harrison, right? But he avenged that loss, right? But I think they have a more stake. They did more when it comes to accomplishments, you know, and belts and stuff like that. Legacy, I think Charlos did more. But the Durrell brothers are good though. If you ask me who won in a fight, that's different, you know. But if you ask me who etched out their names more definitively in the boxing realm, I would definitely say the Charlos, in my personal opinion. I think the Durrells each have 3 losses. Yeah, but that's the thing though. Andre Durrell has 3 losses. Like I said, Andre Durrell is much better than Anthony Durrell. I don't think anybody can argue that. But Andre Durrell, his losses came to great fighters, though. You know what I'm saying? He's no slouch either, you know? He lost to, who did he lose to again? He lost to, well, I ain't gonna say great fighters. Let me slow down a little bit. Hold on now. Hold on. I said all his losses came to great fighters.
Bullshit! Bullshit!
Let me say, all his losses came to good fighters and champions. Like Carl Froch. He lost to Carl Froch, who was a champion. He's a very good fighter. He lost to Jose Uzcategui, who's a good fighter. Who was his other loss? Let me look it up. I don't remember who was his other loss, Smoochie? I don't remember. Jose Uzcategui. Who was his other loss? Carl Froch and James DeGale. James DeGale, I can't remember how you pronounce it. He's a good fighter too. He was a good fighter too out of England, so I give him credit. I don't knock his losses too much. Now, are they like all the fame fighters? Probably not, but they're good fighters. You know, he don't have any losses to, you know, Joe Schmo. David Benavidez, my boy McCullough. Nah, Durrell never fought David Benavidez. My boy Dub in the building. Unless you talking about sparring, that's crazy. He never fought Benavidez. I know Anthony lost to. Oh, you talking about Anthony Durrell? I was talking about Andre Durrell, Dub. I know, Anthony lost to Caleb Plant, of course, which was one of the best. That's what I like, bro. That was one of the best victory dances or victory poses or moves in boxing history. That man dug him, put the dirt on him, buried him deep. Yeah, Anthony Durrell, yes, Anthony Durrell. I was talking about Andre Durrell earlier, though. I was talking about the older brother. Yeah, Anthony Durrell lost to Benavidez, yes, sir. Nah, you good, Dub, you good. Yeah, I mean, both had Durrell. So, yeah, I was talking about Andre Durrell. Yeah, Anthony Durrell lost to Badu Jack, like Smoochie said. So, Badu Jack, David Benavidez, and Caleb Plant, for sure. But those are good losses, too. Caleb Sweethead Plant. Come on now. That's a good fighter, champion. David Benavidez is a champion right now, you know what I'm saying? Or you want to call him an interim champion. He's a champion to me, you know what I'm saying? Just got a victory over a very good fighter in Alexander Usyk at light heavyweight. So, and then Badu Jack's a champion. So, those aren't bad losses. You feel me? So like, a lot of times we shit on fighters, man. I think that's crazy because those Anthony Durrell's, all his losses are good losses. Of course, you don't want to lose, but they're not bad losses. You know what I'm saying? He lost all his losses came to champions or former champions. It's just people that are ridiculous that they ain't got no sense of nothing. They ain't got no sense of common sense, you know? Common sense ain't that common, though. You know what I'm talking about? But, yeah, but Andre Durrell, the reason why I thought you were talking about the sparring is because Andre Durrell and David Benavidez got some good sparring work prior to his Alexander Usyk fight. So I thought you were saying that Andre Durrell lost a sparring match. You are very fair, man. I appreciate that, Dub. I appreciate that, bro. I try my best to be, bro. It comes natural, bro. I don't know, man. I ain't gonna lie, Dub. I be like, man, maybe I need to be heavily biased so my channel can grow. Maybe I just need to ride, you know what I'm saying? Apparently, that's the blueprint to grow. You just got to be ridiculously, illogically, even unmanly, inhumanely, and unmanly infatuated with some boxer. You know, maybe I just got to pick Nadia anyway and just be... Just say, oh, now you anyway could move up and beat Alexander Usyk. Just say ridiculous shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe my channel will grow. Maybe I say Terrence Crawford could go down and beat everybody from flyweight all the way up to bridgerweight. You know? Maybe I just need to say ridiculous shit like that. I don't know. Maybe I should say that Ryan Garcia didn't cheat. You know? Maybe I should say that it's a conspiracy. That's what I should say. Yeah. Ryan Garcia having PEDs in your system doesn't mean anything anymore. Maybe I should say that. I should be ridiculous. All you need is a taco hat. That's crazy. Hey yo, he said hashtag showbiz. That's crazy. Yeah, it is interesting. Earlier, you said the Durrells would beat the Charlos in a fight. Yeah, in a fight, I would have. So those are two different questions now. So if you ask me if you asking me Charlos or Durrell in a fight, I got the Durrells. But if you ask me who has made a bigger imprint on boxing, I got to go with Charlos. Yeah, because I mean, Durrells they're bigger, you know, and I'm not saying it's always the size of the dog. You know what they say is it's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. Yeah, but you don't want to be your Chihuahua fighting a Rottweiler. I don't care how much fight you got in that Chihuahua. You know what I'm saying? So, but they're not that much bigger, you know. But yeah, Andre Durrell and Anthony Durrell, they're both 168. You know, Jamal Charlo was at 168. Jamel Charlo, he's at 154. So you know, and really Jamal Charlo's at 160 or 168, but. Yeah, so, yeah. Andre Durrell, remember, Andre Durrell was in the super middleweight Super 6, which is at 168. Remember, that included Andre Ward, SOG, was a very underrated fighter, unappreciated because his lack of activity killed him. Andre Ward, if he was more active, he could have been one of the best. It included Arthur Abram, Jermaine Bad Intentions Taylor, who was my favorite fighter coming up, Carl Froch, Mikkel Great Dane Kessler. I'm missing somebody. Super 6. I'm missing somebody. Andre Durrell, Andre Ward, Arthur Abram, Carl Froch, Jermaine Taylor, Mikkel Kessler. Okay, that's 6 right there. Yeah, 6. So, Aram said he got his, but big respect. I might not agree. Like, I've been hearing some stuff about, like I said, I don't really watch other boxing channels because they be so biased. I don't want them to influence my opinions or my takes. You know what I'm saying? Because you hear somebody say something, like it or not, sometimes it does go into your psyche. So I don't watch other boxing channels, but I do respect the boxing channels because it's hard to grow, man. So that's no easy feat. So if I disagree with somebody, it's just coincidentally. I'm not up here attacking anybody's channel, man. I wish everybody success, you know. Now if they attack me, then that's different. Then we can get to it. You know what I'm saying? I don't be out there looking for problems, but if a bitch say they got problems, I say no problem. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, so I'm not disrespecting anybody's channel, but I do attack misinformation, especially intentional misinformation. So yeah, it's definitely tough to grow. So I respect that. You grow, by hook or by crook, you got it. Aram said he got his eyes on 3 featherweight fighters to face Inoue in featherweight division, but I think Inoue must stay a little longer in his way. It's like trying to rush him. That's what I think. I agree, Jensen. But I think they're just speaking in the future, you know, because if you look at it, I don't know if you know this. I dropped videos on it, but he already has another fight, you know, that at super bantamweight. He has TJ Doheny. So like I explained earlier before you came in, Jensen. Inoue has it mapped up for at least 2 fights at super bantamweight. I think he has 3 fights mapped out personally, but he has a minimum of 2. He's fighting TJ Doheny because if you remember after he beat Louis Neary, remember Sam Goodman, the Australian, hopped in the ring and challenged Inoue? Well, Sam Goodman went on to fight somebody else, and Inoue went on to fight somebody else now. Inoue's fighting TJ Doheny. So if Inoue beats TJ Doheny, the plan is that if Sam Goodman also beats his opponent, then after Inoue fights Doheny, then he's going to fight Sam Goodman. So that's 2 fights right there that are not in featherweight. It's in super bantamweight, which is current division. So he's not going to go to featherweight. It's going to be at least till the summer of next year. That's at a minimum. That's being generous. I don't think he goes to featherweight to the end of next year. I mean, yeah, I don't think he goes to 126 to the end of next year. Green, yeah, facts, Dub. Respect, appreciate that, Marvelous. I still think Inoue got that power. Yeah, I think he'll retain that power too. But like you said, why rush him? I personally don't think Bob Arum's rushing. I think he's just speaking into the future. I think that featherweight is a very good division right now, man. You got the guy who we just saw win this past weekend. What's his name again? El Divino. Rafael Espinoza, right? He's 6'1" featherweight. That's gonna be a tough. That's a tough case to crack. A tough safe to crack. You know, a tough code to break. You know. Rafael Espinoza, I personally believe he's the best at featherweight right now. Some people would disagree. Maybe I'm prisoner of the moment, but just from what I see of him, I think he's the best at. When I say best, I'm talking about of the champions. I'm not talking about the best. I think Shushu is the best in that division. I think Shushu could beat them all. But I'm talking about of the champions. The 4 champions is Luis Lopez, Nick Ball out of England, Ray Vargas, who's 5'11". He's another giant. And then Rafael Espinoza, who's 6'1". I think Rafael Espinoza, if I had to pick one, who would I put my money on to unify that division if it was going to be unified, or let's say undisputed? I think Rafael Espinoza is the first to unify and go undisputed, unless one of the champions fight each other before. So, which the only fight I can see happening before is maybe Nick Ball and Ray Vargas, because that was a draw. That was a tough fight. I personally thought that Nick Ball and Ray Vargas should have fought before Nick Ball and Ray Ford, but hey, it worked out because Nick Ball beat Ray Ford and he became a champion. So, making the name. Yeah, he beat Robiesi Ramirez. That was a great fight, right? Fight of the year candidate, right? Alan Green replaced Darrell. Oh, yeah. You're saying, I thought you were saying, my bad, because I be getting ahead of myself. I thought you were saying that Green, that Shushu was green when I was talking about Shushu. I was about to say, yeah, I agree. I think he's a little too green. Alan Green replaced Andre Darrell. Yeah, because Andre Darrell because Arthur Abram got DQ'd because he cracked him when he was down. You're right. I do remember that. I forgot about Alan Green. Yo, Dub that took me back. But I forgot about Alan. Alan Green was a beast, too. You know what I'm talking about? Bro, that Super 6 tournament was awesome, man. Can you imagine if that's something like that could happen at 135, 140? Or 126 now, but especially 140? Oh, boy. The Super 6 with Teofimo, still Devin Haney. Well, I'm not going to include Ryan Garcia because he's suspended and he cheated. And when's the last time he made 140? I don't know. Teofimo, Devin Haney, Liam Paro now, Isak Pitbull Cruz. Hell, I still throw Subaru Matias in there. And let's say somebody like, who's that 140, right? Gary Antoine Russell or Gary Antoine Russell or Sandor Martin. Oh man. Or hell, Alberto Puello, excuse me. That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. Yeah, he beat Robiesi, but was that split decision or majority decision, Jansen? I don't remember. I think it was a split decision, right? No, I think it was a majority decision. I don't remember. Yeah, but that was a good fight though. I want to see Robiesi and Ramirez and Rafael Espinoza run that back too. That'd be good. My boy Dub said Alan Green. I forgot about my boy Alan Green. That's right. I forgot. Because didn't Jermaine Ortiz get replaced? I mean, Jermaine Taylor dropped out early too. There was a couple replacements, right? Am I tripping? Did Jermaine Taylor get knocked out? I know he got knocked out literally, but I'm talking about did he just lose all? I remember he lost all his fights. So was in last place of the tournament or did he get removed? I don't quite remember. I just remember that tournament being fire. I mean fire. That tournament was great, man. That was great. Yo, Marvelous showing the big love, man. Dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter.
These biscuits.
Yo, Marvelous going crazy. That's what I'm talking about. Big support, man. Let's go, man. Big support, bro. That really means a lot to me, bro. For real, man. Big salute, man. Thank you so much. You know, we don't get that much support around here. We're a small channel, but I appreciate that, man. It really helps keep the lights on, feeds me, feed my dogs, let me pursue my dream to stream. You know what I'm talking about? So I appreciate that, brother. That means a lot, man. We're giving them another one, man. The big $10. $9.99.
These biscuits.
Run that back. You feel me? Yes, sir. Thank you, my brother. He said, salute. I'll watch the rest of the live later. Respect your boxing perspective, man. I appreciate that, man. That respect goes a long way, man. I appreciate you appreciating my work, man. I appreciate your support. Last question. Will Spence ever run it back with Crawford? And can Fedor hold the WBC belt? Okay, so my opinion, I don't think Spence and Crawford ever run it back. And to be honest, I think that Spence will beat Fundora, but I don't think he's going to hold it, in my personal opinion, because I think this is his last fight. I'm not going to lie. I personally thought that Terrence Crawford should have been Spence's last fight. I just personally never felt like he fully recovered from the car accident. I'm not giving him an excuse because Terrence Crawford beat the hell out of him. Now, I'm not diminishing his excuse, but I don't think those things are mutually exclusive. I think both of those things could exist simultaneously. I always thought that Errol Spence, even when he beat Danny Garcia and when he beat Ugas, if you go back and listen to the commentary of those fights, and you go back and listen to Angel Garcia, who's Danny Swiss Garcia's father, he even said he doesn't believe that Errol Spence has fully recovered, and he had people in his gym, and he knows that Errol Spence has not fully recovered from that car accident. But Errol Spence was still great enough to beat those champions in Ugas and Danny Garcia. So Errol Spence is still great, and I think that he beats probably 90% of everybody, but just he's not good enough. Even if he was at his peak without the car accident, I still think he loses to Bud. But it didn't bode well for him to be a little deteriorated and fight Bud, because Bud is that phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? So it's not to take anything from Bud. You know, people just argue over the nonsense. You know, both these can exist, and it's okay. But Errol Spence, I personally thought that he shouldn't fight again because, you know what I'm saying, I'd be worried about their health and stuff. But they millionaires, he's going to fight Fedora. But most importantly, if you listen to Spence, even when he was interviewed in the Tank versus Frank build up and stuff like that, they asked him about if he's gonna fight again. He said, "Hey man, I don't know, man. This might be like my last fight. You never know when I'm gonna leave." He said, "I'm just gonna leave. I'm not gonna make a big deal out of it. Any fight could be my last fight." So to me, that sounds like you're already halfway out the door. If he loses to Fedora, I think he's definitely out. But I think he beats Fedora, and I still think he's gone. But if he beats Fedora, I'm not gonna lie, I don't see him fighting past Fundora. But if he stays at 154, I do think he can keep the belt unless he fights Bud. If he fights Bud, I don't know about that, but I think he could beat like somebody like who's at 154 right now. I think he could beat somebody like what's my boy's name at 154? Oh man, let me look it up real quick. I can't think of his name right now. Man. I think he could beat some contenders at 154. I can't think. We just saw the dude fight Bumba Clot at 154. I think he beats Bohachuk, the guy who Virgil Ortiz is fighting. I still think he could beat him, the guy who just beat Brian Mendoza. I think him and Errol Spence and Tim Tszyu still a good fight. So I think there's some good fights for him, but I don't foresee Errol Spence to continue fighting. Especially, I think if he wins or loses, he's out. Definitely if he loses, I could foresee him maybe not wanting to go out on a loss, or maybe go fight like some random dude or something like that, which he deserves. But yeah, I don't think he stays. So no. But I don't think it's because he can't. I just think he won't. So if you ask, can he hold it? Yeah, if he beats Fedora and let's say he gets a rematch, yeah, I think he beat Fedora. And if he beats Fedora, let's say he has to fight the mandatory Charles Conwell or Serhii Bohachuk, I think he can beat them. So yes, I think he can hold it, but I don't think he will. If he fights Bud, I don't ever foresee a scenario that he beats Bud. Taylor replaced the dude who KO'd Jones after Tarver. That's what it was. The dude KO'd Roy Jones after Tarver. That's what it was. The guy that KO'd Roy Jones after, who was that again? I can't remember. These biscuits, my boy Dub. Let's go. Shout out to Marvelous. Let's go. Marvelous. Rest in peace, Marvelous Hagler. Hole in it. Let's get right. Hole in it, dine. Smoochie funny. Hole in it, dine. You hear T.O. call Tank a pussy? Nah, I ain't hear him call no pussy. He called my boy Tank a pussy?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Because Tank, last time I checked, Teofimo fighting Steve Claggett. You better not call nobody a pussy, boy. When I say he a pussy for fighting that, cause I don't mind fighters taking tune-ups. I'm not against tune-ups. But you still fighting Steve Claggett. When I heard he was fighting Steve Claggett, you know what I said? I pulled a Conor McGregor and said,
who the fuck is that guy?
Okay.
Who the fuck is that?
Okay.
You know damn well who I am. Who the fuck is that?
Okay, I know who that was. I want to see Shakur versus Tank. Yeah, me too, Jason. Me too, man. Ryan, the only one of them that got the balls to fight the best. Well, I can't give him any credit now, you know what I'm saying? Because he had some more shit in his back pocket. You know what I'm talking about? He was bringing he brought a knife. He brought a knife to a fist fight, a gun to a knife fight. You know, so I can't give him that credit. Jets has enough said. Illuminati in the building. My bad, bro. I ain't give you your shout out. He said they better stay away from Jesus Ramos. Who the fuck is Jesus Ramos? Why would you stay away from? He's a champion, bro. We talk about champions. We not talk about contenders. I like Jesus Ramos, but you're telling a champion like Errol Spence to stay away from Jesus Ramos, who has a loss. Stop it. Just because you like him. Don't mean he's dangerous. We talk about champions here, bro. Jesus Ramos is not that yet. So he's not even in the conversation. I'm sorry. He's not a champion or an interim champion. So he's not even a real or fake champion. So that sounds good. We talk about champions, my brother. Glenn Johnson. Glenn Johnson, my boy. Yes, Glenn Johnson, man. How dare me forget about the Jamaican badman. The Jamaican badman, Glenn Johnson.
Me blood
How
clot.
dare me forget about my boy Glenn Johnson. Kendrick in the building, man. What's good? Hey, Illuminati, man. I've been sending prayers up for your daughter, man. Shout out to Princess Illuminati, man. Hopefully she's doing well, man. Can we get an update? Tell us something good, man. Tell us something good, Illuminati. Here's some good news, man. Hopefully she's recovering, man. I know she had an infection, right? Hopefully she's recovering. Hopefully she's recovering well. My boy Kendrick in the building. He got robbed. It should be, yeah, he got robbed, right? But this guy said that. Look at the hypocrisy. I'm done responding for you with you, champion. I ain't gonna lie. I'm done. He just said that he got robbed by Erickson Lubin. He lost the unanimous decision, chat. But Ryan Garcia didn't rob Devin Haney, and Ryan Garcia had PEDs in his system. The hypocrisy. I can't make this shit up, bro. I can't make this up. People will say Lomachenko got robbed by Devin Haney. It was just the judge's decision. People will say Erickson Lubin robbed Ramos. It was just a decision. But then they'll say that Devin Haney got his ass whooped by Ryan Garcia. He had PEDs in the system. What are we doing? This is America. I wish I could play that damn song. This is America. Don't catch you slipping up. Don't catch you slipping up. Police be tripping up. That's crazy. That is crazy. If Devin Haney got robbed, nobody in boxing history has ever been robbed. That's crazy, bro. I'm done with you, bro. You're right, bro. Yeah, he got robbed. You're right. I agree with you. You're right, bro. I don't even know who Jesus. Exactly. Thank you, Smoochie. Exactly. He said Jesus Ramos. Smoochie said. he said Jesus Ramos. My girl Smoochie said.
Who the fuck is that guy?
I know who he is. We just saw him fight. I think we just saw him fight on Pro Box. If I'm not mistaken, right? I think his last fight was on Pro Box. We just saw him fight not too long ago. He's a good fighter, though. He's a good fighter. He's a good fighter. He's a good fighter, but I know Champy just seems like he just likes Hispanic fighters, and that's okay that you do, but that's your business, bro. Every single fighter that he came in, he's been a Hispanic fighter over everybody else. He just told Errol Spence to duck Jesus Ramos. Why the hell Errol Spence is a champion? Why would he stay away from Jesus Ramos? Jesus Ramos better stay away from him. So I mean, if that's what you like, that's fine, bro. It's okay, but that's not reality. He fighting on pro backs. Exactly. Thank you, Kendrick. Exactly. But Errol Spence should stay away from him because he's a threat. Man, Errol Spence fights champions. Because Errol Spence is a champion. Tell Jesus Ramos to go get a belt first. Jesus Ramos is worried about getting robbed by Erickson Lubin. Fuck out of here. They be talking out the side of their neck, y'all. That's crazy. Tyrell in the building. We were talking about champions at 154. But hey, speaking of champions at 154, man, Serhii Boachuk is fighting Virgil Ortiz August 10th. That's going to be a great. Now, I don't know. I want to look into this, but I'm not sure. But you remember Virgil Ortiz is supposed to be fighting on August 3rd on the Terrence Bud Crawford versus Israel Madrimov card. And, Tim Tszyu, unfortunately, had to pull out because that cut that he sustained against Sebastian Fedora, that horrendous cut, what didn't heal fully. So he had to pull out, rightfully so. But I'm looking forward to, man, y'all know I like Virgil Ortiz, man. Virgil Ortiz Jr. is a beast. I do want, just like Boots, pardon me. I want to see him step up the competition. But this is a good fight, man. A lot of people, I saw people when it was announced, people saying, oh, Serhii Boachuk is nobody. Bro, he's an interim champion right now, bro. That's a good fight. We just saw him fight Brian Mendoza. Now, he did lose to, what's my boy that he lost to, man? Brandon Adams. Brandon Adams only lost. He has like 3 losses, but he only lost to other good fighters. But he lost by. He was actually winning the fight when he lost too, but he lost by knockout. But nah, Serhii Boachuk is a good fight, man. That's gonna be a good fight. Another quick fight. Nah, I don't think it's another quick fight, Kendrick. I think it's gonna be a good fight. So I don't think that it's another. Now it could. Now, hey, I could be wrong. I ain't put my money on it now. You know what I'm talking about? But I'm not gonna say I like the Virgil Ortiz Jr. versus Tim Tszyu better, but I think this is gonna be a good fight, man. Yeah, I think it's definitely gonna be Virgil Ortiz's biggest test to date. So yeah, that's gonna be a good fight, man. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that fight, man. I'm looking forward to that fight for real. So yeah, so I think anybody want to join the Discord, man, feel free to join. You know, the Discord is always, you know, open conversation for everybody and anybody. If you want to just get your thoughts off, if you want to talk, that's fine. If you want to debate something, you can join and we can do that too. We could do a friendly debate. We could do a rambunctious debate. You know what I'm saying? We could do a hostile debate. It's up to you. I put the ball in your court. If you just want to get your thoughts off, you don't even have to debate. Some people don't want to debate, and that's fine. Like Smooch, you want to come through and tell us why we should all root for Boots and we should all say Boots is the best? Hit that link. You heard, man? Jump into Discord, but yeah, it's all up to you. I know some people just like to talk and get their thoughts off. I'm not against that. I'm not one person. I don't really have the channel that is just here to make people look stupid, you know. But if you try to make me look silly, then I'm gonna be on your head top. I want Champy to show himself, get on the Discord, man. Champy wouldn't dare. He say some idiotic statements. Like I said, he's just pro Hispanic fighters. If you want to be honest, he's really prejudiced. If you want to be honest, he just said 2 fighters are the best fighters who haven't fought anybody. He said they're not even champions, but they're the best fighters at 154. He's really prejudiced. And he said that Canelo's one of my favorite fighters. There's no way in hell you could put him above Usyk or Inoue or Bud. He had him above them. I mean, that's your business, bro. I don't go. I really don't care about no guys. We talk about boxing and sports. If you're intrigued to apply racism or prejudice or any other type of favoritism based on something as ignorant and surface level and shallow and dumb as complexion or ethnicity or nationality, that's your business. You go over there and be dumb. That's your business. You think Tio versus Tank is a better fight than Tank versus Loma? That's a good question. I think it's a better fight. I think, what would I rather see? I'd rather see Tank and Loma still. And that's just me selfishly because I just want to see how that goes. You know what I'm talking about? I want to see if it's going to go as well as as heavily in Tank's favor as I anticipate. But I think that Tank versus Tio is a better fight. But what fight do I want to see more is Tank versus Loma. And the reason why I think Tank versus Tio is a better fight, not necessarily stylistically speaking. I think Loma and Tank is a better fight stylistically speaking. But just because where they're at, you know what I'm saying? Tio is in his prime. Tank is in his prime. You know, that's a better fight. And they're both great fighters, so that makes a better fight. But what I want to see more is Tank versus Loma. Because stylistically, their styles match up better. Tyrell said, I actually think that too, to be honest. I do. Yeah, I think Tio Tank is. Yeah, I think Tio Tank is a better fight. I think Loma definitely deserves a fight eventually, but I'd rather see Tank versus Tio. Yeah, I'd rather see Tank versus Loma because I know Loma is not. I know Loma's window of being. He's not at his prime, but performing at a high level. I still think he can reach a very high level, but I don't think he's at his prime. But I think he's still good enough to be a problem. So I think his window of action is smaller. So I'd rather see Tank and Loma, in my opinion. Yeah, though, but that's the thing, Smoothie. I personally don't believe. Yeah, I agree. I think Loma deserves a fight as well. However, I'm not sure if he deserves it. I'm not trying to nitpick either, Smoochie, because like I said, I want it. But deserves, man, like I said, I think Loma's good. I think Loma's great. But I also think Loma's overrated and overhyped. Loma has 3 losses. Devin Haney just got a loss and the dude cheated him. And people are acting like Devin Haney's garbage. Can you imagine if Devin Haney or Tank or Shakur had 3 losses? People would say they trash. I'm lying? Am I lying, chat? Am I lying or did I just drop a bomb? Think about it. Think about if Tank had 3 losses. Or Devin, we know Devin Haney only got 1 and that person cheated him. We know how he's being treated. Or imagine if Shakur had three losses. They'll be trash.
Yeah.
According to everybody. Trash.
Yeah.
Garbage.
Yeah.
Kaput.
Yeah.
I couldn't even say no more because I was laughing. I had a lot more to say, but I was laughing too much. You're not lying, though. Thank you, Tyrell. He said having the O is underrated. Yeah, because your favorite fighters don't have an O. Because your favorite fighter is Jesus Ramos. Your stupid ass. Of course you think O's are overrated. Yeah, of course you think O's are overrated because your favorite fighter, Jesus Ramos, you know, he has an O and nobody knows who he lost to. Yeah, of course O's are overrated to you. This is what I got to say to you though, brother. I got something for you. Hold on. Of course you think O's are overrated.
Shut up, bitch!
Of course you think O's are overrated because none of your favorite fighters got none. You know what I'm talking about? None of your favorite fighters have O's. You know what I'm talking about? Show stupid ass. Yeah, I know. Yeah. No, watch how I'm gonna get him. Isaac Cruz is a champion at 140. Isaac Cruz is a bum. Oh, Tank beat him, but he's a bum, right? Mario Barrios is a champion at 147. Tank beat him too, but he's a bum, right? Shut your stupid ass up. Yeah, half the people that you like, Tank beat him, but he's a bum. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you just call Erickson Lubin a bum too, and he beat your favorite fighter, Jesus Ramos, because he's the best guy at 154. I never heard that in my life. Yeah. Isaac Cruz, this just in, according to Champy, is your name Champy or Chumpy? Or Stumpy. Yeah, it don't even matter what your name is. Isaac Cruz is a bum, chat. Isaac Cruz is one of my favorite fighters. He's a bum because Tank fights bums. Isaac Cruz is a champion at 140. Adam in the building. Let's get right. Let's get right. Doc, you see this bullshit? What'd he say? I'm trying my best to ignore him. He's an idiot. I don't like giving idiots attention. You know, when you talk to, you know, there's a saying, you know, even in the Bible, you know, something to the effect of when you argue with a fool, outsiders can't see who the fool is. He's an idiot. I don't got time for that, bro. He said when you fight all. He said what he said. Oh, he said when you fight all bums like Dud Crawford, then yeah. Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford is an undisputed champion. Hey, get him out of here. Appreciate it. He's annoying. I ain't got time for that. Thank you. He's just being bothersome. Go bother somebody else. Your parents ain't paying me enough to babysit any dumbasses. You know what I'm talking about? You have the intelligence of a 2-month-old puppy. Get him out of here. give him a 30-minute ban. If he stays after 30 minutes, then we'll let him talk for 3 more messages. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, get him out of here, bro. You got that? Yeah, unless your parents are paying me to babysit you, I don't want you around me, bro. You're annoying. I ain't got time. This man's an undisputed in 2 different weight classes, but he's a bum. Canelo, who's one of my favorite fighters, who he has as #1 pound for pound, has only been undisputed in 1 weight class. Yeah, okay. How the fuck did the Oilers, bro? Game 7 tonight, ain't it, Tyrell? Let's go, Florida. Let's get right. Laughing and driving home, I look crazy. Yo, Dub. That's why I don't. Please don't ban him. Don't ban him. Let his stupid ass come for our entertainment. You know, so he's a clown. So let him be our entertainment. You know, but when he's being disruptive, get him out here. Let him hold 30 minutes. Clone in the building, my brother. What's going on, man? Shout out to y'all. What it do, man? What it do? Yeah, we let the clowns entertain us. They think that they're trolling or they're proving a point or something like that. You know, your ignorance is just entertaining. Until we're through with you. You know what I'm saying? We say shoe fly, don't bother me. You know what I'm saying? Some people's existence are really like gnats. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I don't know if y'all ever experienced a gnat. Like, when you see a gnat, right? Tell me, Dub, when you see a gnat, does it bother you? Like, do you wanna kill it every time you see a gnat? No, you know what I'm saying? You let it exist, like, you know what I'm saying? But then if it flies on your food or it becomes too disruptive, then you want to kill it. And you kill it at will. You know what I'm talking about? It's not hard to kill. You just shoot it when you're ready. But if it, you let it you let it exist, you know what I'm saying, for a little bit, as long as it doesn't bother you too much. And then when it starts to become too bothersome, then you clap that motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? That's what he is. He's a gnat. We tolerate it because it's, you know, it's so minuscule. Existence means relatively nothing. But then once it becomes too bothersome, you're coming too close to my food now. You're buzzing in my ear a little bit too much now. Now I gotta clap your shit. You know what I'm talking about? I asked Illuminati how his daughter was, clone. He ain't respond. That's crazy. I've been asking him how his daughter was. He ain't even respond, man. That's crazy, bro. I can't be clapped. Only your mama's cheeks. That makes sense. I can't be clapped though. I can't be clapped though. Only your mama's cheeks. You're trying to say that you'll be clapping my mama's cheeks. That sounds good. Sounds like you clapping Jesus Ramos' cheeks, cause don't nobody know about him but you. Let me say that back. Sounds like Jesus Ramos is clapping your cheeks. That's crazy. He got another one. He responded. It sounds like you get your cheeks clapped. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? It sounds like he clapping the hell out of those cheeks. Viciously. This man said Jesus Ramos is the best. I never heard that in my life. He got to be clapping your cheeks. You sound like you paying him to clap your cheeks. He said, "Your mama, P, you gotta let him talk about your mama." I mean, that was a good one, bro. I can't beat that. What'd you say? He said, "Clone, good, everything good now. She taking medicine. We left hospital." Oh, okay, good. Okay, you did respond. My bad, Illuminati. I missed it. I apologize. Yeah, he said. Mama jokes are good though. I ain't gonna lie. Mama jokes are good. That's good. That'll get your ass whooped. You know what I'm talking about? Mama jokes are safe on the internet. Ugly ass mama, boy. Your ugly ass mama, boy. Oh, praise God, Illuminati. Yes, amen. Praise God for that, man. Thank God for that, man. But yeah, man. So I think that we have a lot of fights coming up, man. We have a lot of fights on the way. And who's fighting this weekend? Who the heck is that Juan Francisco Estrada and Bam Rodriguez? Is that this weekend? The 29th, right? And Teofimo and Steve Coggett, right? Yes, sir. We got some fights coming up for y'all, boy. My boy Kendrick said he in the building. I'm gonna drag you up. Give me a second, man. Give me a second, my boy. Give me a second, my boy. Yeah, Bam Rodriguez and Juan Francisco Estrada. That's gonna be a good one. I got Bam Rodriguez winning. I don't know if I'm gonna bet money on it yet, though. We'll see. Let me bring my boy up. Jacobs and Mosley. Yeah, Danny Jacobs. That's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah, they are fighting this weekend for true. That is true. Prayers for man. Oh, thank you, Smooch. I forgot to do that. Please, let's do that right now before we go any further. Please, let's do that. I forgot to thank you, Smoochie. Yes, man. We had the unfortunate news of Roy Jones, man. His son passed away, man. So please, let's give him a 10 count. You know what I'm saying? And just for the champ, you know, our sincerest condolences to Roy Jones and his family. You know what I'm talking about? That's so sad, man. You know, as a parent, you never want to bury your child. I'm not a parent, but I could just imagine, man. So shout out to Roy Jones and our sincerest condolences to his family. May God be with Roy Jones and the Jones family and all his loved ones and family. So let's give him a 10 count, please. Give him a 10 count. Shout out to Roy Jones, man, and his son, man. That's sad, man. You know, anybody going through any mental health issues, man, go talk to somebody, please. You know, I don't know what the cause of death was, but I'm assuming I think if I'm not mistaken, I think it was suicide. Yeah, I think it was suicide, and you know, a lot of times that has something to do with mental health. So if you have anything got going on and you're going through a tough times, know that for every valley there's a peak. You know, and for every gloomy day there's a sunny day. You know what I'm talking about? There's a bright day to go with it. So for every down there's an up. So just got to try to get through it and go talk to somebody that you can confide in. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a family member, whether it's a professional, whether it's a pastor, somebody, you know, a best friend, whatever. You know, try your best. You know, you're not alone in the struggle. We all live in life, and you know, a lot of times people are very hard to deal with, but don't let them have any significant impact on you, especially in a negative manner, because a lot of times the people that troll online, whether it's on Twitter or whatever, their life is sad, because who else has time to go and just make fun of people that they think that's doing better than them, or try to harass people, or you know what I'm saying, be overall and otherwise hateful and hurtful. So their lives is sad, you know what I'm saying. So a lot of times the people that end up hurting themselves be people that call themselves trolls, you know. But not saying that has anything to do with Roy Jones. I'm just speaking on trolls. But yeah, rest in peace to Roy Jones, man. Please go talk to somebody if you're going through something. All right, we got my boy Kendrick in the building.
What it do, fam?
Man, ain't shit, man. Just chilling, brother. Just chilling, man. How you? I'm gonna pull you up on this thing.
I heard something.
Uh-oh. What you heard, brother?
No. When you was talking just now about the Roy Jones situation, pro tip, try not to use the S word. Try to use self-delete.
Oh, that's like against.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
TOS.
I didn't know that's like terms TOS.
it could kind of like just mess you up in the algorithms.
Oh, okay,
That's what-
appreciate it. I didn't know that. Thank you. I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
crazy. I didn't know that. Thank you.
No doubt, no doubt.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
The more you know, man, the more you know. Yeah, I honestly did not know that. So no offense to anybody. If I offended anybody, I apologize. You know, it's crazy stuff that you can say and stuff that you can't say sometimes, man. I don't understand
Tell me
it, but
about
hey, I don't make the rules, you know, so I just try my best to
Crazy
abide
work.
by them. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, bro. This Tio Lopez fight looking kind of interesting to me because I want to see who he gonna fight after this if he does get through it.
You think is that? Correct me if I'm wrong. Did you say that you were contemplating attending that or no?
I was thinking about it.
Miami,
Me and my boy was talking about it too.
Yeah.
But I think we're gonna end up going to dinner.
Okay.
It's still not ruled out, but
Right.
I don't know.
Man, I might as well eat dinner at the fight. You feel me?
Yeah, but you know, we with the ladies. It'd
Hey,
be a
hey,
different
hey.
thing if it was just the guys.
Right. I feel that. I feel that.
Yeah,
that.
that's the only difference.
Yeah, because a lot of times they're not really. Yeah, I feel that. Because I used to go to Vegas quite a few times with my boys and stuff like that to go attend some fights, but I never. The one time I went, I go once or twice with my girl at the time. They went once, but we didn't. You know, it wasn't no fight trip. You know what I'm saying? I was like a Vegas trip. We go and go to the shows and yeah, they're not really into the fights like that. Sometimes she'll watch the fights with me, but yeah, I feel you. That makes sense. What you said.
Yeah, like she'll be like, "Oh, I'm gonna stay up and watch this fight," and next thing I know, she knocked out. So it'll be like
She's
that, you know what I
sleeping.
mean?
You done pay for it. You know what I'm talking about? And now you might have to go back to the room early. You know, because she tired. She don't want to be by herself. I feel it.
It's all good though.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
But yeah, I like this fight. Because I want to see what's gonna happen next. I was hearing things about Pitbull versus T.O. I was hearing things about like, obviously they got T.O. versus what's the dude name that
Steve
just
Claggett?
Haney?
Oh, sorry, Devin Haney. Oh yeah.
I want to see what's gonna happen next with T.O. after this if he does win.
I feel that. Exactly, Doc. He said, Doc, people can be bucket naked on TikTok, but you get facts. Yo, B-Rex in the building. What's good, B-Rex? He said, prayers for Mr. Jones. Facts, man. The champion, man. But yeah, with the follow-up on Kendrick said, my opinion on that, I'm interested in it, too. I'm interested in what he does next. I'm going to be honest. I'm still standing on that, man. Because what's interesting what you just said about T.O. or Pitbull, right? Because, like I said, T.O. was the weakest link. Was perceived as the weakest link at 140 of the champions. You know, at the time before Devin Haney lost, before Liam Paro won, it was what Devin Haney, T.O., Subaru, and Isak Pitbull Cruz. Everybody wanted Isak, so that's why I think Isak Pitbull Cruz is gonna unify first because I think he's gonna mess around and say yes to one of them, and I think he's gonna win, man. I don't know. You know, I think Teofimo is a favorite and rightfully so against Pitbull. But I ain't gonna let people talk me out of this like I let them talk me out of betting on Liam Paro, man. I call Liam Paro the upset and I let people talk me out of it and let common sense, which ain't necessarily too common in boxing, you know. And I'm not saying that disrespectfully, but I'm saying that as like sometimes you have a feeling and you gotta trust your gut, you know, and that's more important than what's on paper, you know, because my gut would have got me right with Liam Paro. But yeah, I'm gonna stand on that. I think Isak Pitbull Cruz will be challenged by T.O. Will he accept it? I don't know. I think Isak Pitbull Cruz will probably be challenged. If I'm Liam Paro and I want to unify, I'm going to challenge Isak Pitbull Cruz too. You know, just strictly from a stature standpoint. He's small, man. He's like tank size.
Yeah.
You know, he's at 140. So, you know, so Teofimo, Liam Paro, and if I'm Devin Haney, I stay away, you know, just because the type of fighter Isak is. Yeah, so that's the only one, you know. But, yeah, I agree with you. I think a lot of people are targeting Isak, and I think wrongfully so. I think he gonna surprise. I hope so because he's my favorite at 140, to be honest.
And I was hearing a rumor earlier about Pitbull not fighting T.O. but trying to fight Tank again.
Yeah. He's been trying to fight Tank. I didn't know he was still. I thought once he went to 140, he kind of let it go. But you know, Tank has been entertaining some 140 fights as well. You know, a rematch with Ryan Garcia being one of them. He said Devin Haney would fight at 140 as well. So yeah, I think he said T.O. as well. So yeah, I could see him still trying to push. That was his biggest payday, you know what I'm saying? So I can see him trying to get that back. He's been wanting it back. He's been asking for it back for a rematch since he lost. But yeah, no, that's a good point too. I think with Tank being tied up supposedly with Loma in November, good Lord willing, if that happens, I think that Isak probably goes somewhere else, you know, because I think that's why he fought Jose Rayo Valenzuela.
Because initially, I can't remember exactly, so don't quote me, but I remember it was supposed to be Jose Valenzuela was supposed to be fighting Edward De Los Santos for a rematch. Because you remember Edward De Los Santos beat him before he lost to Shakur. And I don't remember why that fell through. And that was supposed to actually be on the tank card. That was supposed to, it was Jose Valenzuela versus Edward De Los Santos was actually supposed to be on Gervonta versus Frank Martin. And I don't remember why it fell through. And then Isaac Cruz and Valenzuela came to terms, and they're fighting on August 3rd on the Terrence Crawford card. So, yeah, I don't know, man. There's a lot of interesting options over there, man. A lot of interesting options. Franklin in the building. Nyan, what's good? What's good, Nyan? Sorry, what'd you say?
No, I was just saying that 140 division is
yeah, man.
a lot of options.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. Because even like we got to think too. Now Jack Catterall and Regis Prograis are fighting. They agreed to terms, so they're fighting. But even they're there. You know what I'm saying? They're 140. Jack Catterall, who looked good against Josh Taylor in the rematch, he's there. Regis Prograis, they're fighting each other, but he's still there. He only, he lost to Devin Haney, and we have Devin Haney still there, who's going on sabbatical, apparently. And then, of course, we have the champion, Liam Paro, Isak, T.O., and then you still have Sandor Martin out there, who's supposed to be the mandatory. Alberto Puello just won, they're supposed to be, I don't know if you heard about that. They're supposed to be fighting now. Alberto Puello has inherited Sandor Martin's mandatory status to fight. Yeah, since Devin Haney is being declared as a champion.
I didn't know about that. Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah, I dropped a video on that earlier today. So Devin Haney has essentially been declared champion in recess. So, that's why I think he's taking that little break. And so now Sandor Martin since he was a mandatory, he's been ordered to fight Alberto Puello. Don't know if it's definitively will happen, but I think so. And then the winner of that fight gets Gary Antoine Russell, who's also at 140. So 140 hot, man. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Wait, hold on. So this is my problem, right?
I know what you're about to say. Why he the mandatory? Go ahead. I'm gonna let you say it. My bad.
I'm fine with the mandatory bit. My problem is with Haney. I like Haney. I'm cool with Haney and all, right?
Right.
But you gonna sit here and not fight to make no money instead of fighting to have the potential of making more money. That's what's messing me up in the head. Because it can't be a money thing at this point.
I'm gonna throw a little pushback on that. In my opinion, I think Sandor Martin, that's a hell of a mandatory. Like I was saying, I think he gives anybody trouble. Obviously, a lot of people say that he beat Teofimo, right? He dropped him in the second round. So I thought Teofimo. I'm okay with the Teofimo decision, but it was definitely a close fight. Could have went either way, but I had Teo winning. I do like Teo too, so some people might say a little biased. I don't think I was biased, but I do like Teo, and I thought that he did enough. It could have went either way though, for sure. But Sandor Martin's not an easy out for anybody, and he also beat Mikey Garcia. Remember Mikey Garcia?
His last fight. Really was a fan of Mikey Garcia.
Like really? Oh, okay. Maybe that's just me. I was a big fan of Mikey Garcia. Oh, okay. I was a big fan of Mikey Garcia, and granted too, Mike Garcia was on his tail end of his career. In fact, that was his last loss, before he retired fully. But I think Sandor Martin gives anybody trouble. I think stylistically, Devin Haney would win, but I don't think that's a good bounce back fight. I think like a rebound. I don't think that's a good rebound. Rebound fight, bro. I think, in my personal opinion, like Teofimo, like you brought up, he's fighting Steve Claggett. Like, he's getting a tune-up, bounce-back fight, and he won against Jermaine Ortiz. He just had a bad performance. So if you come out, even though he got that loss expunged and he was somewhat vindicated because it doesn't count, you still got brutalized. You still got a lot of answers, a lot of questions to answer, a lot of demons that you got to conquer and stuff like that. So, me personally, like you said, I'm in the same boat with you. I've never been a Haney fan, but I just think for a boxing fan, I'm not mad at him maybe looking for like a Steve Claggett. And if you're gonna fight Sandor Martin, you shouldn't fight for the money part. Let me address that. So the money part, if you're gonna fight Sandor Martin, my point is you shouldn't fight him for 1.7. Like, you know what I'm saying? Well, or you shouldn't be taking a significant pay cut, the biggest pay cut in the last 4 or 5 years of your career, or last 10 fights, whatever, and be fighting a big challenge like Sandor Martin, in my humble opinion. So I understand it. But what you said makes sense too. Like, like about his money, then fight somebody, hell.
And I get your point with that, but I come from, it's just a different mentality, I guess.
Yep.
Where I'm just like, man, you got to take an L to win sometimes. You feel
Facts.
me?
Yep.
So why are we sitting here boo-hooing over $1.7 million, whatever it is? You feel me?
I agree.
You could make your money now, and this could be a great win for you.
Facts.
Put it under your belt.
Facts.
And then you move forward with that. Whether or not you knock him out, honestly speaking, it's a good win either way.
No, that's a fact. Yeah, it's not the fighter that. Yeah, but yeah, it's not the. I agree, Ty. It's not exactly the fighter, but I think all that goes. Like for example, this is my opinion now. Like you said, it's the purse, which I think is the biggest issue. But I think, let's say, and I don't want to disrespect. You know, I don't like disrespect fighters, but let's say it's somebody that's who we don't. Let's say it's Steve Claggett. I bet you Devin Haney would fight him, and I don't blame him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that Steve Claggett is ass or nothing like that, but he's definitely not as good as Sandor Martin. So I do think it's primarily the purse, which is what I said earlier. But I do think that it also has something to do with the toughness of the fighter. Because if you're gonna take a tough fight, you want to get the most bang out your buck. And then, but like Kendrick said, though, I agree. You want to get it back and you want to bounce back, and I agree with that part of me. But like I said, I've never viewed Devin Haney like that, you know, as a fighter. That's why I never really cared for him, because I don't see him. And no disrespect to him, but I just never seen him as like a person that has that dog in him. Like, I don't think he has that same mentality that me and you may have. And that's not necessarily wrong, you know, because I do think if you're ever going to have a tune-up, getting your ass whooped off somebody like that and them doing it because of PDs, I think that's the perfect time to have a tune-up. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing I will give him that. You know, I'm not going to be too hard on him. Me personally, I'm not saying he can't be hard. Like, you can't have that opinion. Just me personally, I would give him a little grace in that regard.
And as a Haney fan, I feel disappointed. I think
facts.
that's
No, I feel you.
too.
Right. You're right. I'm just not disappointed because this is what I expected, you know, and this is why, you know, and that's why I like Ryan Garcia, because I thought of him as a fighter. You know, I didn't know he's a cheating ass fighter, but I liked him. You know what I'm saying? I liked him as a fighter because I was like, man, he's down to fight everybody, and he proved that. You know, you got to believe what he says because he has shown that. He has demonstrated that. You know, he fought Tank, then he fought Devin Haney afterwards, and he's talking about fighting Shakur, Teofimo, whoever, Errol Spence, whoever, and you got to believe him. But now I don't respect it as much now because, you know, he had that Austrian in his back pocket.
And I think Ty is making a point, but at the same time, Ty, is the purse going to get higher the longer he waits?
Yeah, like, that's a fact. That's a good counter argument. I agree with Kendrick. Yeah, even though what you said, Ty, yeah, it's like it's not gonna more says to approach the winner coming off champion and recess than take it there. Yeah, no, I agree. You know, so from a business standpoint, it makes sense. But like what Kendrick said too, you not fighting is not gonna make. First of all, there's a slim chance that anybody forgets what happened, what transpired that night, and that's shame on us. You know what I'm saying? It's our fault, but it is what it is. That happened. So really, shame on boxing and shame on Ryan Garcia, the biggest shame. But we're not gonna forget that. So him prolonging it was what Kendrick was talking about. That's not gonna make us forget. If we're gonna forget it, it's because we have a short-term memory and he fought and he won. He looked great in his next fight. So that's the biggest chance, the best chance. So, but what you're saying is Ty is true, because if he takes some time off and let's say that he does come back, he can get another purse bid. But the pushback I would give on that, Ty, is that what's going to stop them from giving another low purse bid? And if he does get a big purse bid, it's because he's fighting somebody very dangerous, like a Tank, like a Shakur, like a Ryan rematch. You see what I'm saying? And they're, whether you will, no matter how good you think Sandor Martin is, I don't think anybody will question that those guys are better. You know what I'm saying? So it's he just or Teofimo. You know what I'm saying? So I think it'll be worse. You know. So and that's why I'm so sympathetic towards Devin, because like I said, he's in the rock and the hard place, man. Because he got or the person that was that put him in this place is because they were cheating. Yo, Edwin in the building, my guy. Round One Sports Talk.
I gotta hold some accountability to Devin too for not taking a proper approach to the fight game in general.
That's
you
true.
Want to say you want to be like Floyd, well, be like Floyd and take the proper approach.
That's a fact.
That's simple.
I agree. My bad. I didn't mean cut you off. Go ahead. I was just agreeing. Sorry.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but elaborate on what you're saying, because I think I know what you're saying, but I want to piggyback off it.
As far as the testing style, like Floyd introduced the Olympic style testing to the pro game. Like that wasn't a normal thing, and he did it for a reason. And then people tried to play him for doing that, try to say, "Oh, he's scared," or he's trying to avoid people, or whatever the
scared
situation.
because you wanted to be fair. Imagine
exactly.
that.
And then Floyd could have ended up like Haney. You feel me? Fighting whoever.
Exactly.
Could have been Pac-Man.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yes. It could have been Pac-Man. It could have been Marquez. It could have been Sugar Shane. It could have been anybody, bro. Because don't forget, Sugar Shane had the Balco incident too, whether you believe him or not. You know, I tend to side with the fighter, so I believe his story. But you know, don't change the fact that you know that whole Balco incident existed, and he had the steroid scandal too. And then not only that, another part I want to piggyback off, because I knew you were gonna go that angle, which I agree with unequivocally, about the being a master of your of your domain. But also, you know, another part they skipped the pretty boy era part. They want to jump straight to the Money Mayweather part. Pretty Boy fought everybody, anybody. You know what I'm saying? Pretty Boy was a dog. He was in there. He wasn't strategically selecting fighters. He was proving himself, and people skip that era. So I agree with you on that.
Yeah, and that was before they was trying to protect people. So Bob Arum was really throwing them into the fire.
Talk to him. Talk to him.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Like
Rest in
Emmanuel
peace, Arturo
Augustus, all
Gatti.
those type of fights.
Right.
Like, yeah, he was getting some fights. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't easy.
Exactly. Yo, what's good with you though, Edwin? How you doing, man? I was in your stream earlier, man. I was in your stream, bro. Hopefully you're doing well, man. I know you had a pretty little short one. But yeah, man. So yeah, I agree with that, man. I agree with you on the Devin stuff. Oh, so you were gonna say something else?
I got a new topic if you're done with that.
Yeah, go ahead. Yep.
All right, so Muhammad Ali's grandson, Nicole Ali Walsh. Walsh.
Yep.
He's fighting Sona Kale.
Not familiar with him.
Nah, they're both nobodies at this point. Right?
Okay, I know Nico Ali Walsh. I don't know the other guy. Okay.
They're both nobodies at this point, but
That's
they did
crazy.
have a good fight. I want to say it was a year ago. Yeah, last year.
Okay.
And it was a majority decision win for
Nico.
Ali, if
Okay.
I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Let me double check. No, Ali lost by a majority decision.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
And Ali's getting his rematch in this undercard for Tio.
Oh, okay.
What do you think about Ali Walsh, man? 'Cause I watched almost all his fights.
Yeah, I watched a couple. I want to say I watched a large amount. I think I seen like 2 or 3 fights. I don't even know how many fights he has. I'm gonna
They
be
all been
honest.
free. He's 10 fights in now.
Oh, 10 fights. Okay, yeah. So I only watched like 2 or 3. I want to say that my opinion on Walsh, man, and you know, I respect anybody. You know, chase your dreams, but I think that he's another fighter of his caliber that didn't have Ali's name on him. I don't think that would be as highly regarded. I'm not saying that he's highly regarded, but as popular, I guess, you know, and that's not his fault, you know. So, you know, that's what he was born into. So, yeah, I'm not impressed by him. To me, the reference I would make would be what's his name, bro? I just had his name. We were just talking about Sugar Shane Mosley's son.
Okay.
I would say that's how I feel about him. Is like, yeah, he's all right. You know, he could be some people, but I don't foresee like champion or hell even contender or, you know, definitely not like anybody that's like pound for pound in their future. You know what I'm saying? That's my personal opinion. I haven't really been too impressed. What about you?
He's mediocre at best.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna give him the Kevin James respect.
You just
He's
said everything I
mediocre
said
at
in one
best.
word, right?
Like,
Yeah, 3 words. Mediocre at best. Yeah, 3 words. Excuse me.
yeah,
Yeah, I
dude.
agree.
I mean, I don't know if he'll eventually grow. He doesn't come out to me as somebody, because I've watched him since his first fight when it was 4 rounds and everything.
Yeah.
He's not showing nothing to me that he is great.
Right.
He's average. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, there's so much holes in his game. His defense is terrible.
Yeah.
All he is offense.
Yeah. He's young too, right?
Yeah.
Like 22
yeah.
or something like that?
23.
23?
I mean,
Okay.
not that young.
Yeah.
I don't believe he has any Olympic experience, anything like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But he don't got it. in my opinion. I would love to like him, but he just
Right.
don't got it. I'd be rooting for him though,
Right. That's
but
crazy.
he don't got
man.
it.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest too, man. I don't really care for there's some people that I do get attached to, you know, like maybe it's like, I don't know, I'm trying to think like early on, like maybe I saw like their very first fight, like a Camaro Moulton, you know what I'm saying? If Camaro Moulton lost, I feel like some type of way, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I've been watching them, you know, for a little bit. Even if like if Andy Cruz, if he loses too early, you know, not if they lose at all, but if they lose too early, like on the come up, or Abdullah Mason type stuff, because I've been watching them and I think that they do have some promise. But I'm not gonna lie, like Nico Ali Walsh, no disrespect, but if that wouldn't, it'd just be like anybody else losing. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it wouldn't make no difference to me. You know? But yeah, I
would
wouldn't
say
have
keep
it.
an eye out on that fight. It might be a good fight because, you know, they're both nobody, so it might be a real good fight.
Who you said he's fighting again? What's his name? Let me look it up too.
Sona Akali is
Oh,
Sona.
Okay, and it'll be a rematch.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, I mean that's I like that though. I will say that I like that if you're trying to get it back, that'd be dope. You know what I'm saying? Kind of be like a Lennox Lewis, like not necessarily that. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't really subscribe to it, but it depends on how you work your career. Like so, for example, Lennox Lewis, I do think Lennox Lewis is an example where not being undefeated is better. I mean, his record is better than being undefeated because I really feel like Lennox Lewis fought all comers. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that he stepped into the ring and beat everybody, even if he has a few losses, a couple losses, he avenged those losses and those draws. So he has a career to where everybody stepped in the ring with, he beat them. So for Lennox Lewis specifically, I can see how that would be better than being undefeated. Especially if you undefeated, you didn't fight anybody. Or you're very cautious with who you fought.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
It depends.
Yeah, so I think that's better. But if you're undefeated and like a Floyd undefeated, or I feel like you fought all comers or like, you know what I'm saying, then I think that's better. Like, for example, no disrespect to Kawasaki, but I think Lennox Lewis beating everybody he stepped in the ring with is better than Kawasaki's undefeated. Way better, in my opinion. Because Kawasaki only stepped out of Wales to fight a 40-year-old Roy and a 41-year-old B-Hop. You know, you don't get, you know what I'm saying? To me, those weren't even his best wins. His best wins were Jeff Left Hook Lacey and Mikkel Kessler, in my personal opinion. But he's still good. I respect it. You know what I'm saying? I respect it, but it's not the same as, you know, I'm too young, of course, but from what I read about, you know, Rocky Marciano, then you want to talk about, like, what's it called? Like the conspiracies with the buying fights and stuff like that. What they call that shit again?
Mob and shit.
Yeah, the mob and shit.
Fights.
Yeah, exactly. Paying people to dive and stuff like that. Then that's something else different too, entirely. You watch the hockey game in the background. I'm not. I need to be. I'm not. Game 7, right? Purse bid aside. Ty says purse bid aside. Even with a break, he still can come back after Pueblo. Yeah, that's a fact. We're not saying he can't come back. I don't think Kendrick is saying that either. I'm just not sure. I think what Kendrick is saying, and which I'm in concurrence with, I'm not sure how it gets easier. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure how it gets easier. But if he takes time and he gets his mental right, then of course. You know, I think he does that. So I'm cool with it. Well, let me keep reading. We negotiate at the least a $3 million guarantee. It's just a matter of the winner and their home network. ESPN. That's true. But you got to understand too, Ty. According to the reports, he wouldn't get the Pueblo versus Martin winner. He would. Gary Antoine Russell gets the winner. You see what I'm saying? And then imagine if Gary Antoine Russell wins, who I think he's fully capable. Gary Antoine Russell definitely not an easier fight than Martin. Not for Devin Haney. I think Devin Haney should stay away from anybody that has any real pop. And Gary Antoine Russell, like I said, he was 17 wins and 17 knockouts before he just lost to Alberto Pueblo. He has a 100% knockout ratio. He definitely got pop. That's the last person.
I say Pueblo is the hardest out of all of them.
Yeah, and Pueblo. Well, I was just saying, you might be right. Yes. Stylistically, I was just saying, just from the fact that for Devin Haney, in my opinion, you know, anybody that's a big puncher that could take it, Gary Antoine Russell could take a hit, and he could give a punch. You know what I'm saying? So I fully expect Gary Antoine Russell to be able to take his punch, but I don't think Devin Haney could take his. You know, but Gary Alberto Pueblo uses his range very well. So you're right about that. If you don't follow at all, Florida was up 3-0 in the finals. Yeah, I know, Florida Panthers were up, and then the Oilers came back, right? Yeah, so Game 7 is crazy. Game 7 is crazy, man. So,
only the Mavs did that.
Only if the Mavs did that is crazy. But no, Ty, you have good points though, bro. I'm not saying you don't have good points. Don't think I'm saying you don't have good points, brother. I understand both sides. The WBC World Champion, the recess supersedes the mandatory. Well, it should. You're right. It should supersede it. I don't know, man. We seen crazier stuff before, like. But you're right, though. Yeah, champion. So that's what I was telling people too, who said that he got stripped. I'm like, no, he didn't get stripped. He didn't even vacate. He got labeled a champion of recess. So once he's declared champion of recess, that means that they have a stake. Like, so for example, Terrence Crawford is champion of recess for Mario Barrios. Whenever he decides, if he doesn't decide to pursue 154, assuming he wins, he can come back and be like, hey man, I want, let me get that for Mario Barrios. You know, let me get that fight. So you're right, but I don't know. Like, I don't know, man. I'm not sure. I got to see it. I'm not sure.
I don't even see any of those fighters creating enough of a draw to get a $3 million purse. Like, if he can't get it with Martin right now, right? Puello is not as popular to me. And Russell, he's on the come up, but I don't think he's at that level either yet.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, I don't know, because now we got to remember too. This is this is exceptionally low because Eddie Hearn didn't even place a bid. So maybe he would place a bid later on, and maybe it could get to $3 million. I don't know. Yeah, but I don't see why. Like, to your point, I don't see why he would place a bid after a year. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't think that's what I'm saying. Like, the scenario, I don't know what would make him place a bid now, unless Devin Haney and them get back in good graces, or maybe he signs a contract with a promotional company, which would be advantageous at this point.
But to me, I don't even think they're like in bad, like they don't got bad blood. I think it's just business. Like,
right? I agree. Yeah, it's business. I agree. I don't think it's bad blood either. And that's what Devin Haney is getting a rude awakening. It's not bad blood. It's just business, man. And you know, if he truly cares about his reputation, against his aura back, shouldn't he go against one of those heavy hitters? Hell no, not immediately. That's the thing. That's why I tell people, like, I know you don't watch boxing as much, but for example, Teofimo Lopez, I know you don't watch it that much, but he's a champion. He won his last fight. But he won his last fight in an ugly manner. It was terrible. It was boring, and he was ineffective. He looked bad. So he's fighting Steve Claggett. So he's getting a tune-up fight. So you're right that, nothing would catapult his career back to stardom if he came back, and nothing more would catapult his career back to stardom than if he came back and knocked out Tank or beat Tank, of course. But what's the chances of you beating Tank especially after your chances to beat another great was already, and no disrespect to Devin Haney, not to question his skills, but let's say 50-50 at best. This is the worst time you want to take a 50-50 fight with another champion like Teofimo or Tank or Shakur. This timing is everything. Boxing, a lot of people talk about basketball and boxing, like, oh, in basketball we get to see the best versus the best. That's not entirely true. Sometimes you get an upset. Like, no one thought Dallas was going to be in the finals against Celtics. We thought it was Denver Nuggets. But then when Minnesota beat Denver, we thought it was going to be Minnesota versus Celtics. So, and then if you look at Kobe, rest in peace, Kobe and LeBron. They had commercials in the preseason about Kobe and LeBron with those little puppets talking about Kobe and LeBron going to be in the finals. Orlando Magic and Dwight Howard messed that up. So we don't always get to see the matches that we want. Yeah, right. We don't always get to see the matches we want to see. But in boxing, we expect that. We don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you will get the Celtics versus the Mavs finals, and the Celtics might blow out the Mavs. But in boxing, we want to see the Lakers versus the Celtics every single finals. You know what I'm saying? Every single match. And they got to get tune-ups too. I'm not giving nobody out. Definitely not Devin Haney, but I do feel like that. I have no problem. The only reason why I had a problem with Teofimo versus Steve Claggett is because people had a problem with Tank versus Frank. And Frank's ranked way higher than Steve Claggett. You know what I'm saying? No one complained about that. So that's why I was like, that's what annoyed me. But I think fighters should get a tune-up. In fact, Errol Spence, who never took tune-ups, I used to always say about Errol Spence, I said, man, this is dope. I love it. He's a warrior. Got my respect. But I think sometimes he should have got some tune-ups.
Yeah.
In my personal opinion.
I mean, yeah. After the car accident, probably.
Yeah, facts. He went after the car accident. My boy came back and fought Ugas, who just beat Pac. Come on, dog. How people? So sorry, no. He fought Danny Garcia first.
Garcia, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. So Danny Garcia, who's a champion, and then fought. Oh, come on, man. Come on, dog. How people disrespecting my boy, man? He got his ass whooped now by Bud, but that's boxing, man. So you ain't gonna win them all, and you could win them all, but somebody got to lose. Let me say that. Eddie said if it were a matchroom fighter that was the mandatory, he definitely. Yeah, facts. Exactly, Ty. That's the point that we're making. That's the point we're making, because it makes sense. But bidding on 2 non-contract fights, yeah, that's the point we're making. So, unless you're saying that you foresee Devin Haney to take a break and come back, sign the Matchroom, or sign the Top Rank, or sign the PBC, how does it get better? That's a question that Kendrick's asking. That's what I fully support him in that, because I have the same question. Like, so how does him taking time off, unless he signs to somebody, how is that going to make it better for him? So I don't know what he should do, but me personally, like I said, I always said that I think he should get a tune-up. Maybe take like a couple months off, take a break and just stuff. I don't think he should take a year, but I think he take some months off, come back and fight like a Steve Claggett caliber fight. I'm not down on Steve Claggett. I just can't think of nobody else. So fight like a Steve Claggett, yeah. Fight like a Steve Claggett caliber fighter. You know what I'm saying? And then you fight. Like you said, exercise your right now. Now exercise your right as champion at recess, because you're not stripped, assuming that they will let him come back. I don't know how much grace they're giving him, because it could be like a sinister move too, right? We don't trust these sanctioning bodies. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt and saying that, okay, maybe they're considering his mental state and the fact that he came off a devastating loss. They're giving him the opportunity to get some time off. But maybe they're just trying to save face and not stripping him and calling him a champion at recess. And then they're going to just say F Devin Haney and elevate the winner of Puello versus Martin as a real champion. They could do that too. So you know what I'm saying? So I'm just giving them benefit of the doubt, and saying that they're showing some not only sympathy but also empathy. Like, damn, if I was in that position, I want to have some. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah, man. Eddie said, oh, I read that already. Said Mai said, so how many fights in a row until you say he's scared if he doesn't go up against top knockout artists? First of all, like I said, I don't want to use scared because they're a fighter, but like I told y'all, I don't really care for Devin Haney like that. But scared for a fighter to me is very disrespectful. Like, I have to know unequivocally that someone's ducking for sure to say that, because ducking implies scared. I'm not sure that I do think he's scared to take. I will say that. He's one of the few that I do think scared. I think AJ was scared of Wilder and Fury, and I do think Devin Haney was scared of Tank, and I do think what's my guy's name? I also think I think Keith Thurman was scared of Errol Spence because they avoided him so long. And I think Danny Swift Garcia was scared of Terrence Crawford. If you watch their history, they were both at 140 together. He avoided him, and then 147 together. He avoided him. So I do think that they were, like I said, even scared is too harsh because I don't want to say scared, but they know that there's a larger chance that they'll lose than win. But Devin Haney, you don't have to fight a big puncher. Devin Haney was an undisputed champion, the youngest undisputed champion in the 4-belt era. He didn't fight a big puncher. So everybody's not a big puncher. That's number one. So not fighting a big puncher, unless you feel like Devin Haney was scared his whole career, which is what I didn't feel like he demonstrated or exhibited the mentality of a fighter, which is, I don't want to say scared, but like I said, I thought that he kind of avoided the tough fights. Then you could say that. But if you're coming from the side that, oh, there's no good fights unless he fights a big puncher. No, boxing is more than big punching. Shakur's one of the best. He's not a big puncher. Devin Haney was one of the best up until he lost to Ryan Garcia and the person cheated. So that's why I put him on my pound for pound list right back. But he not a big puncher. And he was considered one of the best. Hell, Tyson Fury is a heavyweight. He's not considered a big puncher. He could get you out of there because he's a heavyweight, but he's not. Every good fighter is not a big puncher. Lomachenko's considered one of the. He's not a big puncher, and Devin Haney beat him. So
I would argue that most of the best fighters aren't good big punchers. It's very rare to get a big puncher at that elite level and stay there.
Yeah, that's interesting too. Cause I mean, to your point, I mean, Terrence Crawford could get you out of there. He's not a big puncher. That's true. Yeah, that's a good point. And I had an argument with somebody, not an argument, but a discussion. Was it yesterday? They were like talking about Canelo. I was like, man, I think Canelo is probably one of the most complete fighters, and he's a great fighter. But I said that they said he's not a big puncher. And I was like, man, I think Canelo is a big enough. I ain't gonna say he's a big puncher. He's not like Kovalev Crusher or Beterbiev, but he's or Donut Superman Stevenson. But I brought up Jaime Munguia. I feel like after he dropped Munguia in the 4, I feel like he could have got him out of there. You know, it's rare that I see Canelo in a fight outside of Bivol where he moved up that he doesn't hurt the person. Like even with Charlo, he hurt Charlo. I fully feel like he's like, okay, bet. You know, I'm at this point in my career where he has a good what's the word? He has a good compass on if he's winning the fights or not. So I think he's not complacent, but he's content with cruising. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like he's like, hey man, I'll cruise to victory. So I think like with Canelo, I think Canelo's knockout ratio could be higher. It's just he's like, man, I'm content with I'm winning the fight. Shit, I ain't got to press the issue. I already know I won, so I got it in the bag. So I think that he's an underrated puncher. But even him, I still wouldn't necessarily call him a big puncher. Like it depends. He definitely gets you out of there. But
he's not a one.
Yeah, he's not a one. Thank you. He's not a Wilder,
out.
Right? He's not a Wilder.
Right.
He's not a Beterbiev. He's not a yeah. So he's not a Tank. He's not Looking back at EJ now, I knew he was glad when he unified and didn't have to adhere to the 10-pound. That's a good point. That's a good point, Ty. Well, give me a second. I'm gonna go feed my dogs, bro. Let me ask you something so you can talk while I'm going. I can hear you. I'm gonna go feed them. Yeah. So I was gonna ask you who. Now, so my pound for pound list is. Let me go before I go feed. Let me tell you my pound for pound. I think you came in late. So my initial pound for pound was Usyk number 1, Inoue number 2, Bud number 3, Canelo number 4, Bivol 5, Beterbiev 6, Tank 7, Benavidez 8, Junto Nakatani 9, and Shakur Stevenson number 10. But then I was thinking last night while I was trying to sleep, I was like, why the hell do I have Tank at number 7? And I was like, like why do I have him? Like I always put Beterbiev and Bivol above him. And I was like, why do I do that? And I was just thinking about that. I was like, man, I don't really have a good. I kind of feel like, and this is why I don't watch other boxing channels, because I kind of feel like I'm being influenced by what's around me because Bivol and Beterbiev is going for light heavyweight undisputed, which they are good. They belong there. But I don't know, like Bivol has a great win over Canelo, who I think is one of the best, and he's on the pound for pound list. But even Canelo moved up. Outside of Canelo, what champion has Bivol really beat like that. I mean, he just beat an undefeated fighter in Malik Zanad, but you know, is Malik Zanad more impressive than Frank Martin? No, and if you want to say he is, it's not definitive. He's definitely not more impressive than Eastside Pitbull Cruz, who's a champion right now. Tank beat him. Mario Barrios, a champion 2-weight division. Tank beat him. So I redid my pound for pound, and I have Usyk number 1, Inoue number 2, Bud number 3. Still have Canelo number 4, but I have Tank number 5. I have Bivol 6. I have Beterbiev 7. I have Benavidez 8, and I have, with the no contest, I have Devin Haney 9, and I have Junto Nakatani 10. What do you think about that?
All right. So I'm obviously I'm gonna put Bud number 1, right? Bud's number 1 for me. Number 2.
I can hear you too.
Number 2, I'm gonna probably drop. I'm gonna say anyway. Right now, number 2. Because to me, pound for pound is more of conquering different weights. It's not necessarily you just dominating one specific division. And then that's what makes me kind of throw Canelo in there, number 3, just because obviously he lost some, yeah, but he lost at like weights that, let's be real, he shouldn't have been at. And he still was putting up a good fight. It's not like he got finished or anything like that. Tank. See, Tank is tough. I'm gonna put Usyk in there just because Usyk got he has the two, to me, like one of the hardest divisions right now. Heavy, going from that cruiser to heavy. That's a tough situation right there to me. Because he never really bulked up like that. And he took out the best of the best at the time. So I'll put him at 4. See, the Bivol was in one weight division this whole time. Yes, he's great, but pound for pound, that's not what that means to me. See, this is where it gets sticky for me. So hold on, I got Crawford in a way. I'm gonna put Canelo in at 3. I'm gonna put Usyk in at 4, Tank at 5, and see, then I want to say, I'm gonna say Benavidez, and then see, I don't like these big dudes. See, this is where it gets hard for me to really pick. I guess you gotta keep. I'm biased, so I'm putting Shakur in there. So Shakur is gonna be 6, and then I'm putting Bivol and Benavidez. Benavidez. I don't know why I can't say his name. And then we can round it off with Haney. Yeah, Nakatani. Nakatani, excuse me. That's what I'm gonna rock with. I like Nakatani, but he just hasn't moved up enough for me yet. I think he will be up there though. Once he really gets that, couple more bantamweight wins, I think he'll be up there for sure. And if he gets to that super bantamweight, I don't know. He might even slip into that top 5 to me, depending on what happens with the others. But overall, that's what I would probably go with. I don't like Bivol and Beterbiev being in the top 5 specifically because they only had one weight division. What's the pound for pound aspect of that? So yeah, that's where I get that. I can't hear you, P.
My bad. My mic was off. Thank you. I said that I heard that part. I missed what you said slightly after what you when you got to Bivol, and then you said that's not what pound for pound means. I heard that part, and then I had to actually go outside because I give my dogs the food and stuff and leave them out there.
So hold on. So did you get my list at least?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
So
a good list.
to me, it's just when they add one weight division, that doesn't mean pound for pound to me.
Right.
Now, are they great at that weight division? 100%. Did they clean it out yet? No, because they got to fight each other, right?
That's true.
So I can't put them in that top 5 in my opinion, because you got all these other dudes that's going up in weights and dominating. And to me, that's what pound for pound really is about. I was saying Nakatani, if he goes to super bantam, he might slip to that top 5.
Okay, I heard that part. Yep.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what I was going at. Like Canelo, I still got him in the top 5 because he lost, but he lost in a weight division that he shouldn't have been in. To be.
Yeah.
And he lost to the greatest on the other one, so it's like I can't hurt him for that.
Right.
Because some people consider him pound for pound all the time. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I got there.
Right. Ty says that. Ty said top 3 has to be Crawford, Usyk. Exactly. I agree with that. Unless you don't include heavyweights in your pound for pound, which I understand that too.
Usyk is not a heavyweight though.
That's a good point. He came up from cruiserweight. He might not be a natural heavyweight. That's a good point. It's based off your personal opinion, or they're actually acting. No, bro, Ty, don't argue with that dude, bro. He's just a pro Hispanic guy, and it's so blatant. It's okay. You like whatever you like, but he said that Terrence Crawford isn't good, and he said something about Errol Spence needs to worry about Jesus Ramos and all this other stuff. People got robbed, but then Ryan Garcia beat Devin Haney fair. Don't argue with that dude, bro. I'm surprised you could even see his messages because I timed him out. I don't know why you can still see his messages. YouTube be tripping. But yeah, he's not a real person. It's okay to have your opinions, but you don't like boxing. You just
And something I don't like doing is taking. I don't like how far Errol Spence dropped. Like I don't like how his stock dropped like that. Honestly, pound for pound wise.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because they went from 1 to not even in the top 10 anymore.
Right.
Losing one fight. Like,
right.
Come on.
Losing one fight to the person who they have at number 1.
Exactly. So, I don't know, man. But, again, he's a one-trick pony to me. He stayed in that weight division for the most part his whole career. So, I think his next win will, to me, personally, if he wins it, it'll put him in a good position. He might be able to get back in that top 10.
Mm-hmm. So I'm hating to me. I'll cook him. Do your thing, brother. I've just been ignoring him, man.
You said Haitian and Dominican, so you Hispaniola is what you telling me?
Hey, ça passe. Hey.
The boy said, que lo que, ça passe.
Hey, Nabule. Yes, sir. Shout out to all my Zoes out there, man. But yeah, I have but you know what, Errol Spence is somebody I had too, and I think that I like Nakatani because I really respect what he did to what's it doing? Maloney. Was it? I always forget which one. Now you anyway beat one Maloney and Junta beat the other one. I don't remember because Jason and Andrew. I want to say he beat Andrew. And now you beat and now you beat Jason. Okay. So that was impressive. And then when he did the Alejandro Santiago, I thought was very impressive for Junta Nakatani. But like you said, you have a good point. And I also have Errol Spence as like an honorable mention for my top 10 as well because I agree with you 1,000%. Like there's no shame to lose to the top. Like bro, I wouldn't be mad. I almost still put Tyson Fury in mine. You know what I'm saying? I thought put it in.
But again, pound for pound for me, you in that one division.
Yeah. You're right.
That's how I feel about it, though.
No, I don't
pound
think
for pound.
Right.
If we talking about best boxers,
right,
that's a different conversation for me.
Right. Okay.
That's a different conversation.
Okay.
Because then Tyson Fury is definitely top 5 right now as best boxers in there.
Yeah, I understand the one. See, I don't really care about how can I say it? It's not that I don't care, but I don't really mind if somebody stays in one division. To me, that does help. When you're in multiple divisions, I feel like it helps, but I don't feel like that's it's a deciding factor for me, because I also factor it's like for me for my pound for pounds how I look at it in quite a few ways, but it's like you said, a factor is going across divisions, and technically that's like you're right, that's what the pound for pound is, also being effective across divisions, but I look at how you dominate
the fights, whether it's in the same division or outside the division. It looks more impressive when it's outside the division as well. But then I also look at your caliber of opponents. And sometimes I look at the belts that you claim, because a lot of times if you have a belt, you're fighting the best person, especially if you unify or definitely undisputed. So, but that's not the only thing I look at. So that's why I put in heavyweights. But I understand how some people don't include heavyweights, because if you're looking at it as like, oh, well, that's so everybody can keep up with heavyweights because they're naturally they're the bigger people, then it's whatever. But yeah, I include heavyweights too. So
Yeah, I feel that though. I feel that. And that's the thing. It's like heavyweights.
Abdullah was good.
Because somebody could argue that like a Deontay Wilder in his prime should be on the pound for pound list, because he's fighting on the low end of the heavyweights and he's knocking out dudes that's 30, 40 pounds heavier than him.
Bro, Zhang was 70. I think, was he 70 pounds heavier or 60 pounds? Yeah,
he was up there.
Yeah, you feel me? So
And,
that's
and
why
even
I like
Fury. To me, I don't care what nobody say. Wilder won that first fight. Fury,
that was tough.
Ref helped him.
That was tough. Yeah, that was tough. I ain't gonna lie, that was tough.
That was a 35 count probably.
35 seconds. Facts. Yeah, that was tough, man. I didn't mind it, but that was tough. Yeah, that was
the
tough.
Next two, but yeah, to me, Wilder won that fight. But like to even have that, you know what I mean, put him out like that and all that. Fury's like 260, 270 in that time.
Bro,
and Wilder's fighting at 225, 230. Like, come on, man.
Big as hell, man.
Not to mention the height.
Right.
It's like, so I get the argument for the heavyweights and the pound for pound, because I mean, depending on the heavyweight, you could be fighting dudes that weigh way more than you. So
facts. That's a fact, though. Yo, this dude is weird. Are you making multiple accounts? Yo, this dude is weird.
It has to be, bro.
Yeah, he's making multiple. Yo, just ban. Every time he comes in, ban him. Yeah, I just peeped that. This man's making multiple accounts. You talking about I didn't want to. I gave you a link and you didn't join. So when you didn't join, that's why I started banning you, because you're just talking nonsense. It's hard for me to be inclusive with heavyweights because majority of their resumes make it hard to bridge the gap with guys that fought different divisions with better opportunities. Yeah, no, I feel that, Ty. No, you're like I said, I include them, but I don't. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Smoochie. If somebody, I appreciate it, Smoochie. Yeah, if someone keeps doing stuff like that, then yeah, they're just trolling. I don't have time for trolls to little kids, man. I don't do this to babysit anybody's youngins or somebody with the mental capacity of a youngin. So we could talk boxing and we can have fun, but I'm not here to to be somebody's plaything. So yeah, you're annoying, dog. I ain't gonna lie.
That man made 3 accounts.
Bro, no, he made more than 3, bro. He has. I just peeped just now because I looked and I see that every single one has a different PFP. I'm like, dang.
That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, I'm like, dang, am I timing them out? Because I'm not timing them out that long when I do time them out. You know, cause I like the people to come around and chill and have different opinions. But when you just went off ignorance and you just being child, that means he gets banned off of everybody's channels. And that's why he has so much. Bro, you're weird, dog. I'm not gonna lie. That's you're sad. That's sad. That means he's used to being banned from channels, so that's why he has like 1 million accounts. That's crazy. Ty and Doc, I still don't quite understand why heavyweights aren't included. So I think like kind of like what Ty said. Like I said, I include him in mine. But so a lot of people go from the frame point of like a pound for pound is who they consider the best. So I've heard some people say this. I've seen like an article I read on it too. Some people look at it as them trying to, if you will, normalize the weight. So if you're trying to normalize the weight against the biggest person, they already have the advantage, because if it came down to them fighting, the heavyweight would win because he's just bigger than everybody. And I said I understand that, but at the same time, I feel like that's kind of discrediting what they're doing too, because they're still fighting hell, and and that's why I break it up in multiple segments as like more of a body of work, as opposed to just my pound for pound list means that the person above will beat the person. I think you can be better without beating somebody. Like, for example, I'm gonna do cross gender, right? So like Serena Williams is the best tennis player in my opinion, like male or female. That doesn't mean that I think she'll beat Roger Federer in a one-on-one, but Serena Williams, for who she played against, she dominated her opposition in a better fashion, a stronger, more definitive fashion than Roger Federer did his, because Roger Federer goes back and forth with Novak Djokovic. He goes back and forth with Rafael Nadal. He goes back and forth with Juan Del Potro or Andy Murray. Serena Williams, who she go back and forth with? Maybe one person who I don't even know. Like she lost to some people. Don't get me wrong. She's not blowing through everybody, but she's not necessarily going back and forth. Like she spanned it across eras. You know what I'm saying? She done seen old, young. She done seen Kim Clijsters, Sharapova, Coco Gauff, who's young. You know what I'm saying? She done seen so many. So that's why I'm like, who's more dominant? To me, I would say Serena Williams is a better tennis player because she's more dominant in her field, you know what I'm saying, or in her whatever, I don't know, her area, I guess. That's how I would explain it. So that don't mean that I'm saying that Roger Federer would lose to Serena Williams if they play. But some people look at pound for pound as that. They like if they fought, they would lose or who would win, and that's okay. But I don't look at it like that. Some people included her, but a lot don't. Was go over in your pound for pound. She's been in mine. Oh, so I technically have a. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I don't have. I don't include. I don't have a male and female pound for pound. But the way I just explained it, I should. I never. But in no sport, I don't compare Jordan to Candace Parker or something like that. But I will say I would make a separate ranking for the WNBA, and I have a separate one for NBA. And then for women's tennis, I have a separate one for male tennis. I can't name 10 people. Like I never. I do have a GOAT for tennis out with Serena Williams. I do have a GOAT for boxing. I used to say Layla Ali, but I got to give it to Clarissa Shields now. And then for me personally, and I do have a GOAT in the respective sports, but I don't have like a list. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a list I can go 10 deep. Nah, I don't really have a 10 deep list.
Yo, P.
Yo.
Dinner is ready, and I ain't gonna smack and stream like yours truly, but
like I be doing it's crazy. That's crazy, bro. No, don't listen to hype, bro. Chloe be capping, bro. I'll be smacking, bro. That's cool, man. That's crazy, bro. That's I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you joining, man. Yeah, man. I appreciate you joining, man. Join anytime, dog. Appreciate the conversation.
Yeah, I'll holla at y'all definitely. Maybe while you streaming the TO fight.
All right,
if
bet.
I'm around.
Bet. Sounds good, man. Enjoy your dinner, man.
All right, bro. Have a good one.
All right, bro. You too. God bless. So let me see what he said. That's kind of cool. Layla was that good? Yeah, Layla was very good. Absolutely. Layla Ali was a beast. It's just, I would be honest, you know, part of it is kind of like Layla Ali for me. I grew up with her. Like, you know what I'm saying? When I first got into boxing and stuff like that, I remember seeing Layla Ali. But I could tell you more people off the top of my head that Clarissa Shields is fought because now I'm grown and, you know what I'm saying? I'm seeing it. So it may not be fair to Layla Ali, but for me, it's kind of like comparing Jordan to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Just because I have Jordan over Kareem, I'm not disrespecting Kareem, but it's just I got to see more of Jordan. You know, so that same with Layla Ali. Like, I no disrespect to Layla Ali, she's great. Hell, if you're in a GOAT conversation, you're great. But I've seen more Clarissa. Some people include her, but sorry. I used to think heavyweights shouldn't be pound for pound, but heavyweights fighting guys. Yeah, facts. Exactly. That part too, Abdullah. Like Wilder, Zhang won. And I had Zhang win in Big Bang Zhang. But he was 60 pounds heavier than Wilder. So even though you're at the top, you can't get no heavier. That don't mean that they're fighting, that boxer A is heavyweight, is the same weight as boxer B. So, damn, dog, I was finna make rice and beans up. That's crazy, Ty. That's crazy. Some include her, but a lot, yeah. But wait, I actually train boxing. I am going now, and then after that, gonna knock out 5 miles, doctor. I'll be back and give you a thumbs up. All right, champion. Sounds good, man. Enjoy yourself, bro. Like I said, I don't mind you coming in to talk, bro, but that trolling stuff, I'm not with that. So Jose, like Jose right there. Please get Jose out of here, too. I don't have time for kids, bro. I don't. I'm sorry, I don't, bro. Get Jose out of here, too. Give him a 24-hour, please. Thank you. Yeah, you come in here and say Tank flopped. Tank won his last fight. I don't know. What are you talking about? Oh, you say his pay-per-view flopped. Oh, okay. That's fine. What does that have to do with him being overrated or underrated? Who said that Canelo's not the face of boxing? I have a Canelo emote on my channel. I don't have a Tank emote. So what you just said is stupid. So yeah, I love her, but Layla's resume was weak. It is hard to compare her because she's not active. Yeah, I don't want to say that it's weak, but I don't know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So when Layla fought, she just didn't really have that level of caliber in the field. I don't want to say that. I'd rather say Justin in the building. I don't want to say that she didn't have that caliber of I'd rather say I'm less familiar with the caliber of fighters that she fought. So those are two different things. You know, I don't want to disrespect. Like I said, that's like me saying Kareem didn't have it wasn't as competitive for Kareem as it was Jordan. I mean, yeah, you know, the game evolves, but you still have to excel against your competition. Like that is, I think greatness surpasses eras. You know, so greatness transcends eras. So to me, if you're great in one era, you're going to be great in another era. You're going to find a way. You might maybe have to adapt and play differently or fight differently. But I think you will do that. You'll find greatness is going to find a way to be great. In my opinion, the only person in basketball that I think's greatness will not go backwards is Steph Curry, and that's not because he's not good, but because he's fragile. You literally see Steph Curry since college was having injuries and trouble being healthy. So if you put in hand check and put him back there with GP, with Gary Payton, Isaiah Thomas, look what Isaiah Thomas and the Pistons did to Jordan. They had to beat the hell out of Steph Curry. So that's the only reason why I don't think his greatness transcends. It's not because his skill doesn't, but I think it's because you can't help that you're fragile. And you can say, oh, he could have got bigger. No, he couldn't have got bigger like Jordan put on bulk and Kobe bulked up. I don't think so. I'm not gonna say he couldn't, but I don't think so. That's kind of how women wrestling is growing up with Austin and Rock. Women were just kind of eye candy, so it's tough to compare them to. Yeah, exactly. But based on current women, it's between Chris Shields and Amanda Serrano. Yeah, oh yeah, facts, Ty, facts. I ain't gonna lie though. I feel like I know Amanda Serrano has done more throughout different weight classes. But I gotta show Katie Taylor some love. There's some dope ass women out there too, man. And Alicia Bumgarner is good. You know, just that it was tainted with her steroids and stuff like that. But she's a beast too. But yeah, I think definitely Amanda Serrano's a beast. I have Clarissa Shields over Amanda Serrano, especially if Katie Taylor beats Amanda Serrano again in their rematch. But it's close, so she's definitely up there. I think she ducked Ann Wolf, to be honest. Layla Ali ducked Ann Wolf. Some people say that. Some people say Layla Ali ducked Clarissa Shields too, but she was already older. And Wolf, I don't know. You know, but yeah, some people say that. I heard that before. Bro, all of them was on coke. A coked up Steph would definitely compete. Cold in the building. The ball game might help him. No, nah, I disagree. Everybody was getting beat up back then. Whether he was on the ball, off the ball, they was gonna beat your ass inbounds, out of bounds, in the game, after the game, at halftime. Everybody was fighting. Everybody was fighting. I'm not gonna say I could be wrong, but that's just what I think. I think it's very hard to, you know, like I said, you can't even hand check now. So if you're getting injured and then, you know, by collisions and stuff, I don't think so. If Shields wins at heavyweight, I'm telling you, if she wins at her next fight at heavyweight against I can't remember her name right now off the top of my head, but the Canadian Johannes, something Johannes, bro, facts. She's the best, facts, Ty. She was too old for Clarissa. Yeah, I think she was too old too. But a lot of people, you know how they do certain people, Smoochie. It's like when they wanted Floyd to fight Errol Spence. Floyd was on his way out. Errol Spence was on his way up. He could have fought him, but is he ducking him? Come on, that's two different eras. Stop it. I agree. Oh, all of them was on coke. That's crazy, bro. But yeah, so I think that yeah, I don't think that you know, I'm gonna make a mixed. I'm gonna make a, thank you, Smoochie. That's a good idea. I might make one for next stream. I might make a mixed pound for pound list, male and female, cross gender. But I need to. You know what? I'm well aware of a lot. I'm well aware of enough female fighters, boxers, to make a list. I need to do that. You know what? Thank you. I'm gonna do that. Tomorrow I'm gonna have a top 10 pound for pound for women. I'm gonna tell you right now, Clarissa Shields is gonna be number 1, so don't be surprised. Number 2 will probably be Amanda Serrano. I don't know, maybe Katie Taylor. I don't know. You could put Michaela Mayer up there. Natasha I thought Michaela Mayer got robbed. I thought Natasha Jonas was the beneficiary of a rivalry against Michaela Mayer. Michaela Mayer won that fight. You put Alicia Bumgarner up there. Of course, you go back in time, put Ann Wolf, Layla Ali. Yeah, there's quite a few. Yeah, I might do that. That might be interesting. That's gonna be tough too, because. What about Seniesa Estrada? She could be up there. Yeah, there's some hitters. She was too old. Yeah, there's some hitters in the women's division. So, and back with Steph, what I'll say his off the ball stuff. You gotta understand, he came into the league injury prone. That's why he was dropped so low. You know what I'm saying, on the radar when it came to the draft. He was getting injured in college. They would have messed up Steph Curry. I think it would have been to the point where Steph Curry may not even have playing time. That's how bad I think he would have messed up. But I could be wrong though. That's just what I'm saying. That's just what I'm saying. I don't know if that's real. That's just how I don't know if it's real, but that's just how I feel. You know what I'm talking about? She'll just be wild and talking about she could beat Thurman. I don't mind that, Justin. You know, I have a different perspective on that though, Justin. I don't really think that. I think it's wild and yes, but you gotta understand, man. Clarissa Shields is a champion, Justin. Where was Clarissa Shields' last fight? I'll wait. I'll let you answer. Where was her last fight? Not location. I'm gonna give you. I'm talking about leagues. Where was her last fight, bro? I'm gonna just answer. Fuck it. It was in the PFL, man. It was in the PFL, man. Professional Fighters League or whatever it's called. MMA, man. So you don't see Tank in MMA. You don't see Floyd in MMA. You don't see Canelo in MMA. You don't see Tyson Fury or Alexander Usyk going to MMA. So women's sports are different, man. Sometimes it's the same reason, same concept. Ronda Rousey called out Floyd, right? It's the same concept. So it's actually more justifiable for Clarissa Shields because Ronda Rousey was a big name. You know, she started even wrestling, right? Clarissa Shields, you gotta understand that she's a woman in boxing. Boxing's already not big. So in my opinion, when she calls out the men, I just see it as her trying to stay relevant because the land is so dry out there for Clarissa, somebody as dominant as Clarissa Shields. Bro, she had to go to MMA, bro. Who was her biggest rival, if you will? It was Savannah Marshall. She beat her already. And then Savannah Marshall, guess where Savannah Marshall's at? She's in MMA too. so a lot of times, even if you go to WNBA, when's the last time you see Kevin Durant or LeBron? The only time you see them go play overseas is if one or two reasons. Either their skills have diminished so bad they can't make it in the NBA, or they're in the Olympics or other international play. Brittany Griner and Diana Taurasi are the best in the league. Some of the best in the league. Every offseason they be overseas because they don't get the compensation or the demand. I'm not making an excuse for it. I'm not saying that, oh, they should be paid more. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, but the reality is that they have to do more because they don't get as much attention as their male counterparts. So Clarissa Shields, I'm not saying that people aren't wrong for taking it like that, taking stuff literally, but bro, she's just calling out. She's just doing that to stay relevant, bro, and make news. Like, come on, man. I don't think that she really believes. I mean, well, number one, if she does really believe that she could beat Keith Thurman, she's supposed to. She's a GOAT. She's undefeated. She's supposed to have that mentality. She's a fighter. But I don't really think that she thinks that she could just walk around and beat up men. You know, or men that are maybe a random man like me or something like that, or somebody in the street, but not a man that is the same profession as her. You know, she spars too. She spars too. She knows what happens. So I think when people take that literally, I think shame on them, in my opinion. Women get more pay in MMA. Yeah, PFL, exactly. PFL, exactly, Kendrick, exactly, Justice. She was in the PFL, bro. You think she's learning MMA because she's getting fights in boxing? No. Of course, some people want to challenge themselves, yes. I'm not saying that people don't want to challenge themselves to be great, but if she was getting fights and getting more pay, then there'll be no reason to go to MMA. People want her to fight Alicia Bumgarner. Alicia Bumgarner is like 4 weight classes below her. That's her fighting Alicia Bumgarner. People only want to see it because Alicia Bumgarner is a woman that's on top. You know, say she's hot right now, and then Clarissa Shields is hot right now, so they say, oh, they should fight each other. No, Clarissa Shields fighting Alicia Bumgarner is equivalent to people talk about Canelo shouldn't fight Terrence Crawford because he's too big. Well, Alicia Bumgarner fight Clarissa Shields is like Canelo fighting Gervonta. That's what it's like. Tank fighting Gervonta. Or Tank fighting Gervonta. He is Gervonta. It's like Tank fighting Canelo. That's what Clarissa Shields fighting Alicia Bumgarner is. They're like 4 divisions apart. But people want to see it just because they're two women they're on top, or you know what I'm saying? They gonna want to see Amanda Serrano versus Clarissa Shields next. If Layla was too old at the time for Clarissa, excuse me, then Joe Frazier's daughter was too old for Layla. That's crazy. Ty said I'm not going. Yeah, Layla, and Joe Frazier's daughter was older, but I don't know the age gap, so I can't challenge you too much on that, Ty. I don't know. I'm not even gonna act like I would have to Google the age gap. I don't have any recollection on that. Well, you could be right, though. I don't know. I didn't think they were that far apart, but yeah, I can't challenge you on that, brother. You got it, because I don't know. Yeah, I didn't think so, because I thought she was still active. Did she come out of retirement to fight her? I don't remember.
Layla fought Joe. Yeah, Cologne. Where you been at, bro? I remember watching that live. That was big. Clone be selling. Damn, Smoochie. Smoochie said she beat her ass.
Yeah.
She did, though.
Yeah.
Banged the head top.
Yeah.
1 time.
Yeah.
2 time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Carried on her father's legacy.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Muhammad Ali. The greatest. Smoochie say, yup, beat the ass. Yo, Smoochie. Bro, Smoochie funny as hell, dog. Damn! No way. Layla was 23, Joe Frazier's daughter was 30. Oh, that's crazy. No, hey, Ty's right. It was that. Nah, hell no. Hell no. I wasn't that big of an age gap. Was it? No shot. Nah, if it was that big of a gap, then Ty is definitely right. Hey, yo. No shot it was that big of a gap. I want to see Abdullah Mason again. He just fought not too long ago, and I think he does have another fight coming up. Yeah, he has a fight coming up in August. Yeah, I know I wasn't tripping. August 17th. His opponent is to be announced, so we'll see him soon, good Lord willing. I might just have skimmed it. Nah, I believe you, bro. Let me see, bro. Damn. She was 23? Nah, she was 23. That's crazy. Yeah, she should have fought Clarissa. She was 23. Bro. She was 23. She was 30. Let's see. Jackie Frazier. That boy. That was her only loss, too. That was her first and only loss, though. To Layla Ali. Damn, she done turned into a lawyer now. That's what's up, man. Shout out to greatness, man. Shout out to her, man. Shout out to her, man. She done turned into a lawyer now, but that's what I'm talking about. That's greatness, man. Went from boxer to lawyer. That's what I'm talking about. Well, I'll say this. Layla Ali's 46. And Jackie is 62. So that's what, a 16 age gap? There's a 16 age gap right there. 16-year gap. I don't know. Look at that. There's a 16-year gap. I ain't see the time how they were when they fought, but it is a 16. How old did you say? You said 23 and 39. That checks out. That's a 16-year gap. That definitely checks out, Chloe. If you said she was 23 and she was 39, that's a 16-year gap. She's 62 right now. Layla Ali's 46. That's a 16-year gap. So Ty was right. I apologize, Ty. That's crazy. Yeah, if you get your ass beat so bad you change profession, that's great. No, that's excellence, bro. That's black excellence, bro. She went from being a heavyweight champion, undefeated, only lost to Layla Ali, and then going to be a lawyer, bro. After her, how long you think you gonna be? She was 39 fighting, bro. What you mean, bro? What she gonna fight forever? She could be a lawyer forever. Hell, we got Supreme Court judges that been a Supreme Court judge since gosh dang Watergate. Hell, you talking about? Hell yeah, that's greatness. But they ain't want no smoke with Chris under some that. Nah, that's a good point, Ty. I didn't know, bro. I stand correct. I did not know. Well, I stand enlightened because I ain't correct you. I didn't second guess what you said. I just told you I didn't know. So yeah, I was gonna say I stand corrected, but I didn't try to correct you. Yeah, I didn't know. So I have no problem saying I don't know when I don't know something. I don't be faking the funk. Damn. So yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. But I will say this now. Now I have another question. I'm not trying to give Layla Ali out. I'm just asking a question. Was she active though? Because we know Layla Ali was retired. I don't know how long she was retired.
I'm not giving her justification. I'm just asking. I think that does mean something too. If I know Layla Ali was retired, was Jackie Frazier retired? I don't know. I'm asking if y'all remember. I don't know. But Doc, pull up Layla boxing rec. That thing iffy. I bet. Physical fighting to mental fighting makes sense. Talk to him, Justin. She said the opposite of what you usually say. She says she was like, I'm going. I'm going. She said, I'm not staying. I'm going. Layla, I'm not gonna lie to you though. Be honest with you, Ty. I would only recognize Jackie Frazier. I wouldn't recognize anybody else. Be honest. Like if I see them, I'd be like, okay, I remember this person. All right, so I'm looking at it right now. I got Gwendolyn O'Neal. Was her last fight? Gwendolyn O'Neal from South Africa. She has 8 losses. Shelly Burton. She's 8-3. 3 losses. Asa Sandel. 6-3. Okay, I'm not doing no more, bro, because it's looking bad. We ain't gonna do Layla Ali like that. Nah, hell nah. She'd go. Hell nah. I'm not doing no more, bro. Nah, we ain't doing her like that. What was boxing was a joke back then too. Yeah. Both was active. Oh Lord. No, she was more than 8 years retired when Christian Talker was going. Okay. I'm gonna take Smoochie word for it, just for my mental peace. Just for my peace of mind. Look at the win. I was looking at the win-loss. That's why I said I ain't looking no more. It wasn't looking too good. That's why I was looking at the win-loss records. I'm not going, man. I'm not going. You ain't gonna have me disrespecting the legends. WNBA was more compared. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. There's no WNBA games today, so I'll be watching it on y'all ass. I definitely be watching all y'all ass, but there ain't no WNBA games. That's crazy, man. Y'all disrespectful, man. But look, though, man, I wrapped up everything I wanted to talk about. I'm probably going to get off. I need to get some food in my system. I wanted to stay on a little longer, but I'm a little hungry, and I got to warm up my... I made some rice. I got some rice and ribs. But go watch the last videos I posted, man. Go watch those videos and like them. Hey, Clone, you, what you on, bro? Y'all trying to get some Call of Duty on a little later? It's 9:30. Ain't too late. I know you got to work tomorrow, though. Layla was looking for money fight and went on all them news outlets just not to fight it. Yeah, I remember that. She went on ESPN. She was talking about it like, yeah, if the money's right, then hey, I'll come out of retirement and give her ass whooping. I remember that. She told Carissa we could spar. I remember that too. She said we could definitely spar. She said, why you ain't spar me or something like that. Yeah, Layla, I don't think Layla really want. Looking back on it, I ain't gonna say Layla didn't want no smoke. I ain't gonna say she wasn't about to smoke, but she definitely wasn't looking for no smoke. Y'all get off Layla Ali now. Y'all get off Layla Ali now. There ain't no Layla slander will be tolerated. Not even the least bit. Y'all watch y'all mouth, man. Y'all ain't gonna be disrespectful towards Layla now. That's greatness right there. Layla was a monster. Talk to him, Sam. Talk to him, SM. Clone said possibly. Ain't no pressure, bro. Don't worry about it. Talk to him. This man Ty out here being disrespectful.
Here you go. Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm tired of that. It was so disrespectful. You done hit me in my mouth with some goddamn money.
This man Ty out here being disrespectful to the GOAT. You know what I'm talking about? I didn't get to see her fight, though. Too young. Yeah, I feel that. I saw some of her fights. I ain't see all of them. I ain't gonna act like I see the majority. But I definitely remember seeing the Jackie Frazier joint. That was a very popular fight. Just because the lore and the history there between them. I remember I probably saw about maybe 3-4 fights live. At that point of her, like she would have got done like from Dash crazy. Hey yo, and the gulag is crazy. At that point of her career, like she would have got done like Joe Frazier's daughter, bro. Come on, man. Chill out, man. Y'all doing too much now. Hey, I want to ask y'all though before I did go, what y'all think about Virgil Ortiz versus Serhiy Boachuk on August 10th? I think that's a good fight, man. I'm looking forward to that fight. It's gonna be an action-packed fight. I don't know. This would definitely be Virgil Ortiz's biggest test. I don't know if he's a big enough test, but I think he's an interim champion, so I don't see what's wrong with it. 21 KOs on boxing rec. It says yeah, SM, yeah. Layla Ali went crazy, but Ty's questioning her level of opposition, which is valid. I didn't see her fights live, but I'm a fan who does with her research. That's what I'm talking about, Smoochie. Talk to him. You got Ortiz? Yeah, I have Ortiz as well. Serhiy Boachuk is a guy that beat Brian Mendoza. Had that big old swelling on his head. Yeah, where Brian Mendoza had that big swelling. I was like, man. She said, "I got Ortiz now. That champion ain't here no more." That's the thing, and that's why I tell people, you like who you like, but they don't realize that when you are so far gone and you're so ridiculous with your fandom, you make people, you bring that out of people, and I refuse to let that be brought out of me, bro. I'm unbiased, and I haven't, and I like fighters that I like, but he was so ridiculous that naturally you want to stick up for your own, what you feel is your own. So you feel like, oh, I might feel compelled to have to stick up and speak up for the black fighters or whatever, talk about the Hispanic fighters. But no, don't feel like that. Let them just be in their ignorance. Let them swim in their ignorance, man. Yeah, but they do make you feel like that. He's just being ridiculous and disrespectful. Now that's what I don't even be responding, man, because it's okay to like who you like, but when you say ridiculous stuff like Jose Ramos is better than Terrence Crawford, like, what are you talking about? Dude just fought on Pro Box. Shut up. What if got sent to the shadow round like Martin did? You feel me? I think Layla could beat Clarissa. Yeah, I don't know. I think it would have been a good fight. I would have had Layla, but thinking about it, like I said, right now, it's even above them fighting. It's just about what's Clarissa been doing. She should have ran that fade with Ann Wolf, yeah. Oh, you said Ann Wolf would have sent it to the shadow realm? Is crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, she definitely has knockout power. Facts. Savannah had more power and got schooled. Savannah Marshall, yeah. So in Layla Prime and Clarissa Prime, who y'all got? Ooh, I ain't gonna lie. I will say Clarissa's a GOAT from her accomplishments, but both in their prime, I'm going with Layla. I know that sounds contradictory because I said Clarissa's a GOAT, but I can't go against Layla. Who said Layla could beat Clarissa? They're smoking. That's crazy. Why they gotta be smoking that?
What?
They can't just be smoking. They gotta be smoking that John Wood. Why they gotta be smoking that John Wood? That's crazy. That's crazy. I got Layla. And I ain't smoking on not a tang. It's like Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. That's crazy. Nah, if you're saying Clarissa versus Layla Ali's like Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, you're wild. Now you lost me. Bam and Tio by KO and Sonny by decision. Do you think that's a good bet? Oh, that's right. Sonny Edwards is fighting that night too. I forgot. Who's he fighting again? I think Bam and Tio by KO is a good bet. Yes. Sonny, I forgot who Sonny Edwards is fighting. Clarissa Rice better too. Hey. Savannah had an 0-2. That's why I had to. Savannah had an 0-2, so I had to delete it. Yeah, ho. No, not yet, ho. Sorry. Yeah, Gwo. I made a video on that on her song. Savannah had an 0-2, so I had to delete it. Yeah, Gwo. Clarissa's just a bum guard. I mean, Alicia, you're just a bum gardener. What I look like dropping 34? I bitch that pop dirty. Clarissa was going in, man. She said, what I look like dropping 34? I bitch that's popping dirty. You talking about bars. Big bars. Ain't that right, Tank?
Yeah.
Facts. Yeah, Layla, I believe is bigger than Clarissa, though. You're right about that. Definitely got that weed from a dude named that's crazy. Got a weed from a dude named Reginald. It's crazy. Smoking that Reggie. Let me see who Sonny Edwards is fighting. Because I don't want to tell you the bet decision on that. I don't remember who he's fighting. I forgot he's fighting, though. Adrian Currio, yeah. I don't know, bro. You said decision? He was stopped in his last fight. You got to do your research on his last fight, too. The guy he's fighting was stopped in his last fight. That don't mean Sonny Edwards will stop him, but he only has 5 losses, and he's been on the streak, but except for his last fight, he lost. Let's see. Sonny Edwards has a 20% KO ratio. So, yeah, you're probably right. He doesn't knock out people like that. He only has a 20% KO ratio. The person that knocked him out has a 77 KO ratio, almost an 80% KO ratio. Yeah, you might be right. That might be a good bet, Justin. That may be a good bet, but don't listen to me, though. Go with what your heart say. Sonny Edwards only has a 20% knockout ratio. Just don't forget that. But that doesn't mean he can't get a stoppage. You know, Lomachenko does have a big knockout ratio, and he stopped Kambosos. Jake Paul is trash. Yeah. Jake Paul's not bad for somebody who's not a fighter. You know. But for a boxer, yeah, because he doesn't fight any real boxers. When he fights retired basketball players, retired MMA fighters, He has a fight, and he's a real legitimate boxer, so of course he's bad by default. Kermel Moulton versus Tank, you wildin'. Chill out. You wildin'. Now, Lomachenko has a 67% knockout ratio. Damn, that's higher than I thought. I thought Lomachenko had like a 50 or 40. Nah, that's too low. That's too low, Ty. You got to think. Look, pull up Clarissa Shields' professional record. I don't think she's ever been that small professionally since she was last in the Olympics. Let's see. When's the last time Clarissa Shields fought at, what'd you say, 147? Or 152? Bro, last time she was at 147, she hasn't even been at 147 as a professional. Last time she was at 154 was in 2021. And that's 153.5. So I think that the catch weight should be closer to like 154. Because the last 3 fights were 160. And even those 2 fights in 2021 and 2020, her fights before that was at 160. So she went to one, and then her fights before that was at 167, 165, 162. So yeah, nah, she can't go that low. Yeah, for a while there was no Maschenko. That's right. I remember that. You're right. That's a fact. When he was at like 126 and stuff, right? You're right. That's true. No Maschenko. You're right. If I had 10 years now, would be fireworks. Yeah, 10 years from now, Tank will be 40 or 39. I don't think they ever fight. I don't know how big you are, but I'm about 150. Lose all that weight and let me punch you in the stomach. Right, exactly. So we gotta keep things in perspective too and be realistic. I mean, if they fought, of course we'll watch, right? Because it's 2 Americans. They from the same area, right? Or same state. They're both from Michigan, right? Or is Bumgarner from Ohio? I don't know. But yeah, they're still close regardless, you know. So yeah, it has and then they're both in America. So he said you violent, Smoochie. That's crazy. So yeah, that's intriguing from the matchup, but Clisser's too big. Somebody's gonna have to make a major sacrifice, whether Alicia's coming up or Clisser's going down. One of them's gonna be at a major disadvantage. It'll be like Oscar fighting Pacquiao. You know, Oscar, you know, he took the fight, no excuses, but Oscar, he looked malnourished, man. He ain't had no business going down that low. That's the thing, Doc. I'm only holding her feet to the fire because she came out her mouth saying she could do 147 for Cyborg and Taylor. Yeah, I do remember her saying that. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. She did say that. I don't know how serious she was, but you're right. No, you're right. I remember that time. I fuck with Turkey Al-Sheikh in Saudi Arabia making fights because he makes fantasy matchup fights that people want to see. I mean, what fantasy fight he made? I rock with Big Turk too, you know what I'm talking about? I call him Big Turk, you know what I'm talking about? We here with it. You know what I'm saying? But what fantasy fight he made that we want to see? He was going to make the Wilder Anthony Joshua fight that we want to see, but that was already too late. That was already 10 years past due and overdue. And but what fantasy fight he made so far? He made some good fights, but fantasy fights, which one? We want to see the undisputed better be of Bivol, but that was gonna. I'm glad he put there. You know, he put some gas. He put the pedal to the floor and made it happen faster. You know, even though they got hurt. And then Fury and Usyk. You know, but these fights are probably gonna happen. You know, he definitely made it happen more quickly. But it ain't like we got anything that was too surprising. But I am happy that he's making them happen. So yeah. I mean, unless you count a fantasy fight as AJ versus Francis Ngannou, and types go, those are MMA fights. A crossover. You talk about crossovers, absolutely. But there hasn't been really like we ain't get Canelo Benavidez yet. Hell, we haven't even got better be of Bivol yet. We ain't get Tank and Shakur yet. We ain't get, you know what I'm saying? Cyborg different. I think she on test. Hey, I don't know. So Alicia pulled her card and said the lowest highest she could go was 154. So somewhere in the middle would be fair. Yeah, but yeah, I'm with you on that. I can't say Matchroom versus Queenberry is fire. That's fire. But there were no dream. But I'm saying there's SM. Those weren't dream matches. Ray Ford versus Nick Ball is not a dream match. So he's put on big cards. Yes. If you want to talk about, he's put on dream matches from a standpoint of all these fighters fighting at the same time on the same night on the same event. Yes, hell yeah. But a dream fight? Nah, hell no. We ain't got Now You Anyway versus Tank. We ain't got Crawford versus Canelo. But he's doing it again in LA, right? With Terrence Crawford versus Israel Madrimov. We're getting David Morrell versus Hot Rod. We're getting Andy Ruiz versus Big Baby Miller, Jarrell Big Baby Miller. We're getting Jared Big Baby Anderson against Martin Bacoli. We're also getting Isaac Pitbull Cruz versus Jose Real Venezuela. All on the same. I probably missed somebody too. All on the same card. So that's it. 5v5 was a big card, yes, because we were supposed to also have the light heavyweight undisputed championship between Beterbiev and Bivol, but Beterbiev got hurt, but Bivol still fought. So yeah, he put on massive cards, but fantasy, nah, I ain't seen no dream fight yet. Yeah, nothing was fantasy about the 5v5, but facts. It was great. It was great. Don't get me wrong, I loved it. I'm a applaud it. Hell yeah, but yeah, he hasn't made any dream matchups happen yet. But he definitely putting on big cards and putting them on more frequently. Yes, I'll give him that. Yes, but not any Francis versus AJ Punch. I mean, that was a UFC fighter versus a boxer, like MMA fighter versus a boxer. That's not a fantasy fight. I mean, it's fantasy from it's a crossover. Fantasy from a crossover perspective. You know, that's like having LeBron James play basketball against Tom Brady. Why the hell would Tom Brady do that? Tom Brady come from football. He ain't got no business on the basketball court with LeBron. Same thing with here. You know, we were interested because Francis Ngannou was a tough guy and he's strong and he has power. And then plus Tyson Fury went in there like a goofy, so we were intrigued because of that. But Francis Ngannou ain't got no business in no ring with Tyson Fury or Anthony Joshua, or just like Conor McGregor ain't had no business with Floyd Mayweather. Only you know how much money people made on that fight because only idiots thought that Conor McGregor would have a chance to beat Floyd Mayweather in boxing, but other Hall of Famers like Manny Pacquiao and Miguel Cotto or Sugar Shea Mosley and rest in peace Diego Corrales and rest in peace Arturo Gatti, those Hall of Fame and Oscar De La Hoya, these all Hall of Fame all-time great boxers couldn't beat Floyd Mayweather at boxing, but an MMA fighter is gonna come and beat Floyd Mayweather at boxing. But that's America, right? That's people. Not even America. That's people, right? Same people that thought that Conor McGregor would beat Floyd are the same people that think that PEDs don't mean anything for Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. Same people. They're just irrational. Same people, man. They abandon all type of logic. Hot Sauce versus Iverson. Hey, that'd be good. At least it's still basketball. Same sport. We need to see him make Canelo versus Crawford. Yeah, that's a fantasy fight. I'm gonna be honest, SM. I'm not really big on the Canelo versus Crawford fight. I want to see it. Of course, it's interesting and intriguing. But I do agree with Canelo. I'm not making any excuses for Canelo. So before y'all say that, no excuses. You know. But it's a fact that Canelo, it's a lose-lose for Canelo. It's a lose-lose proposition for Canelo. If Canelo loses, people are gonna call him a bigger fraud than they already call him. If he wins, people are just gonna say Terrence Crawford's too small. We knew he was gonna win. He ain't no business in there. He's a bigger man. So as a bigger man, and same thing applies to Clarissa Shields. It's a lose-lose. Now the only part that you win, of course, the purse. If the purse exceeds a certain amount, then yeah, of course you win because it's money. Everybody, you know, you work for money, right? You fighting is their job, and you fight for money. So and legacy and stuff too, but also money. You know, take care of yourself and your family and future generations. But you know, it's a lose-lose for Canelo. There's no way he can knock out Terrence Crawford in the first round, which I don't think he would do. But he can knock, and people would just say, "Oh yeah, Terrence Crawford was too small." You know, and if I'm a fighter, if I'm a trainer of a fighter, or I'm an advisor of a fighter, or a promoter, I would not advise my fighter to go in any situation where there's no fruitful outcome. You know what I'm saying? There's no positive outcome for Canelo. You don't think it will be competitive? No, it's not even about it. It doesn't matter, SM. It doesn't matter about being competitive. There's no, like I said, if Canelo goes and destroys Crawford, or if he wins by decision or whatever, if he wins, you think he's gonna look good? No one's gonna be impressed with Canelo winning because they're just gonna say he's a bigger guy. So he's 100% right about it. Whether you like Canelo or not. If you can't see that, not you. I'm not talking to you. I'm just speaking in general. People who can't see that, then you're just unreasonable. Because the same people that can't see that are the same people that are just they're the ones that are gonna say it. They're the ones that are gonna say, "Oh, it didn't mean that. He's way bigger than Crawford. Crawford came down. Crawford came up from 135." But if Crawford wins, it's gonna look great for Crawford. But people are gonna say, "Oh yeah, man, I knew Canelo was a fraud." Canelo never fights anybody at his prime. He always fights people when they're too old, or this is the first time he fought anybody. Then people are gonna say stupid shit like that. Yeah, Sugar Sean calling out Tank is dumb, but I don't know those fights do so good. Yeah, they're gonna sell. That's why I said the money is the only advantageous part. Legacy is terrible. So if you ask me, do I think it'll be competitive? I think it'll be competitive because I think Terrence Crawford is so great. Terrence Crawford is so great that I think it'll be competitive. I can't see a fight with Terrence Crawford involved that won't be competitive, at least. In fact, you know, Terrence Crawford is very hard for me to bet against him, but you know, I think that gonna look at like the season for so Hajime no Ippo is crazy. Yeah, you see what I mean? Yeah, it does nothing. It only hurts his legacy. It literally does nothing for him. And guess what, SM? Even if he wins, people are gonna say, "Oh, he gonna fight Terrence Crawford, but he didn't fight David Benavidez." Oh, he wants to fight. He's ready to fight a small guy, but it literally hurts him. No, there's no way or outcome that's good for Canelo. There's some outcomes that are better for Canelo. Like if he wins, of course, it looks better than him losing. But there's nothing that helps his legacy or his stature. But anyway, so with Canelo though, I think Terrence Crawford is a more skilled fighter, but I don't think Canelo is that far behind. But I don't think the discrepancy between their skills is that wide. I think Canelo has some advantages. I think Crawford has some advantages. I think Canelo has better head movement. I think Crawford has a better killer instinct and better footwork. However, what you can't overlook and discredit is the size. And yes, people say, "Oh, they're the same height." Yes, it's not about height. It's about your girthy, your stockiness, and how solid you are. They're both 5'8", but it's not about a vertical thing. Hell, Rafael Espinosa is 6'1". You put him at featherweight in against Errol Spence at 154, he's gonna get broken down. So yeah, height isn't everything. It's about how you can sustain the weight and how you can take the punches. So I know Terrence Crawford is a great fighter. So I'm not worried about can Terrence Crawford hit him. Of course Terrence Crawford's gonna be able to hit Canelo. He's a great fighter. But when Canelo hits Terrence Crawford, is he gonna be able to withstand that? Number one. But number two, what's more important? When Terrence Crawford hits Canelo, is it going to hurt Canelo? People say that, yeah, Crawford can hurt Canelo. Based off what? I see Canelo in there with light heavyweights. I see him lose to Bivol. I didn't see him get hurt by Bivol. I seen Bivol beat him. I didn't see him hurt him. I seen him against Kovalev. He barely got touched. He definitely didn't get hurt against Kovalev, but I seen him crack him. It didn't hurt him. I've never seen Canelo visibly hurt. I seen him in there with Triple G, who was considered the biggest puncher of this generation. One of the biggest punchers of this generation, the real boogeyman. I've never seen Canelo hurt. He fought him 3 times. I've never seen him get hurt. So if these guys are natural 168-pounders, natural light heavyweights, if they never hurt him, if I never seen him visibly hurt, why would I think a guy coming from 147 could hurt him? I'm not saying that Crawford should be counted out, but I'm just saying that all the evidence leads to him not being able to hurt Canelo. But it's not just about one punch power. It could be accumulation of punches too, you know. So he could break him down potentially. Yeah. I mean, Jaime Munguia, we just saw him. He didn't hurt Canelo. So I think I don't know. You take a David. I want to see David Benavidez and Canelo as well, man. That's the number 1 fight that I want to see in all of boxing is better David Bivol. The number 2 fight I want to see of all the boxing is Canelo, Old Cinnamon, and David Benavidez, El Monstro. The number 3 fight I want to see is probably Shakur and Tank. I have Canelo beating David Benavidez. But I think it's a great fight that I want to see. Canelo was to beat or knock out David Benavidez. He gets all the credit. A lot of people would be silent. Only person that hurt Canelo was Cotto. Yep, Jose Cotto. You're right. Jose Cotto. Jose Cotto hurt him, but he was young. He was like, what was he, like 19, 18, something like that? I don't even think he was 20 yet, was he? Correct me if I'm wrong, Ty. You're right. But that was a young Canelo. You're right. He wobbled him, of course. You feel Canelo don't want to take the David fight because David would be the face of Mexican boxing? I don't know, Justin. I don't know. My feeling is, I'm going to be honest. Y'all know I'm a Canelo fan. I don't think Canelo ducks anybody. I feel like he's been in there with too many Hall of Famers, all-time greats, bigger men, stronger men than David Benavidez. I don't see why he would be scared of anybody. He's been fighting since he was 13. So do I think he's scared? No. Do I know why he doesn't fight him? You ask me what I think. I have no clue. I ain't gonna lie. So I tell y'all, man, I be keeping it funky, man. Canelo's one of my favorite fighters. You see, he's one of the emotes. But I don't know. I'll be lying. I can't even speculate because I have no clue why he doesn't fight David Benavidez. It's the biggest fight monetarily. He's been the mandatory or whatever. And I think he wins. So I don't know why he doesn't fight him. Maybe he's unsatisfied with the purse, even though I've been hearing he's getting a lot. But maybe he just feels like, hey man, I don't like this motherfucker, and I want to get paid big. And if I'm gonna fight him, because I could fight other people that I could get paid close to the same amount of money, and be less of a threat. I don't know. But I wouldn't say that Canelo is scared. There's very few boxers I would say is scared, but I couldn't tell you why. I have no clue why he's not fighting him. I'm gonna be honest. And besides the fact that he just feels like I don't need to fight him. He feels like he don't need to take the risk. And that's fine too. I'm cool with that because Canelo has 60. He has 60 something fights. He's been taking risks. He proved himself. Like, people don't become the face of boxing by accident. Like, Floyd Mayweather didn't become the face of boxing by accident. I didn't like him fighting Conor McGregor, but I was okay with him fighting Conor McGregor because guess what? Floyd. I seen all the fights that Floyd fought. He fought Oscar De La Hoya, Arturo Gatti. He fought Zab Judah. He fought Chop Corley. He fought Emmanuel Augustus. He fought Diego Corrales. He fought Juan Luis Castillo. He fought so many people. Sugar Shane Mosley. He fought. You know what I'm saying? So hey, when you earn that right to pick and choose, if the belts aren't the issue, then you earn that right. So do I think he should fight him? Yeah. Do I want to fight him? Yeah. But man, Canelo earned the face of boxing. He didn't get it accidentally. That was before the tainted meat. That clenbuterol. Hey, yo, chill out, man. Chill out, bruh. Whose brother is a better boxer, Cotto or Canelo? Who's Canelo's brother? Whose brother is a better... Who's Canelo's brother? I remember his brother got snatched for ransom. I don't remember his brother... maybe if you jog my memory... so I would go with Jose Cotto. I'll go Miguel Cotto's brothers being better. Before Reynoso opened up the juice. Yeah, so I don't know, man. I personally believe that Canelo beats him to the body. Beats Dave Benavidez to the body. Hurts him to the body and then finishes him with like a left hook or a right straight and drops him. That's what I think, But I don't know though. Like I said, Dave Benavidez definitely I definitely think it's gonna be a tough fight. I think it's damn near a 50-50 fight. I don't know who wins. He asked for $200 million and his biggest payday was around $40 million, then saying he did nothing but took the Jaime Munguia fight, Canelo in them silk pajamas. Well, I will say this though. I understand that sentiment, but I think maybe I respect Jaime Munguia too much. But Jaime Munguia is a good fighter. You can't tell me, you'll struggle to tell me 5 super middleweights that are better than Jaime Munguia right now. So I want people to remember that and put that in perspective. The only reason why we believe that we look down on the Jaime Munguia fight is because David Benavidez exists. So you can't name to me 5 168 pounders that are definitively better than Jaime Munguia. Maybe you can name some that are debatable, but in my opinion, the people that I put over Jaime Munguia is Canelo, David Benavidez, David Morrell, and who else? My favorite is Caleb Sweethand's Plant. But can I definitively say that he's better than Jaime Munguia? I think that's a good fight. I don't know who wins. I would lean towards Caleb Plant because I like him more, but I don't know who wins. Christian and Billy, can you say definitively that he beats Jaime Munguia? I think that's a good fight too. I don't know who wins. Edgar Berlanga, you definitely can't say he definitively beat anybody because the way he acted, he's scared. You know what I'm saying? He's acting like he's scared. I have Jaime Munguia beating him. Diego Pacheco, I think Jaime Munguia beats him. I think that's a good fight, but I think he beats him. So, yeah. So I think that's a good fight. It's just that we don't like it because we wanted David Benavidez so bad. 9 fighters tested positive is crazy. No, that's a fact, bro. Julio Cesar Martinez is with Reynoso's camp too. He just tested positive like 2 weeks ago. Ty, where's the controversy and conspiracy brigade? Yeah, because they don't care about him. They care about Ryan Garcia. So when Ryan Garcia tests positive, it's a conspiracy. Julio Cesar Martinez just tested positive. Another Reynoso fighter, he tested positive. No one says nothing about it. Yeah, he good, but to discredit David like that is wild. No, but I think that it's something personal with David. So do I believe Canelo? Nah. But I will. Yeah, I think that was crazy. I agree with you. I do think to say that David Benavidez ain't fight nobody is crazy at this point. No one believes that. But I will say this though, Justin. Relative to Canelo, David Benavidez is his resume is not good. His record's not good. His resume rather. Excuse me. Who's the one between David Benavidez and Canelo? One of them earned undisputed. It wasn't David Benavidez. One of them fought Hall of Famers, multiple Hall of Famers. It wasn't David Benavidez. One of them fought all-time greats. It wasn't David Benavidez. One of them is a champion in multiple divisions. It's not David Benavidez. So, according to Canelo may feel like he fought nobody. But where you're right is that you can't say David Benavidez fought nobody and then say Jaime Munguia earned it. That's contradictory. So you're right. That's hypocritical. I agree with you. Jaime Munguia probably has. And I like Jaime Munguia. It's coming from somebody who likes Jaime Munguia, but before Canelo, he probably had one of the most padded resumes in boxing. He has 44 wins, and I watch boxing. Y'all know how much I watch boxing. I could probably name 5 people on Jaime Munguia's resume. Jaime Munguia fought Takeshi Inoue. He fought Sergey Derevchenko, SD. John Gorilla Ryder, who Canelo also fought. He fought Gabriel Rosado. Shit, I might be out. I might be out, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I might be out, bro. No, I could name 5. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me think. Give me a second. Nah. I got to be able to name somebody else. Hold on now. Without referencing Google. That's crazy. The man fought 45 fights. I can only name 4. Oh, Canelo. Wait. Did I say Canelo? Canelo, Gabriel Rosado, Takeshi Inoue, Sergey Derevchenko, John Ryder. 5. Boom. I named 5. Let's get it. I named 5. Adam Hurley said Tank's underrated. My guy. I agree. I think Tank's underrated too. Is that David a Mexican American? That's what he got against him. I don't know. I don't think that's it. Maybe. I don't know. He's Mexican, Ecuadorian, and American. So he's Mexican, Ecuadorian, American. It's like me. I'm Jamaican, Nigerian, American. My mom's Jamaican. My father's Nigerian. I was born in America. David Benavidez, his father's Mexican. His mom's Ecuadorian. And he was born in America. Or vice versa. I don't know. David still fought nobody, to be honest. I ain't gonna say he didn't fight nobody. But he didn't fight anybody close to the caliber of Canelo. But he did. I give him credit for fighting. You can't knock him for no. Caleb Plant is a great fight. Caleb Plant's a great win. Caleb Sweethead Plants. I really feel like the only people that I would put money against Caleb Plant is David Morrell, David Benavidez, who he lost to already, and Canelo, who he lost to already. Everybody else I think is a toss. I think I would favor Caleb Plant. And David Morrell might be even premature because he only has 10 fights, but David Morrell looks good. So really, be honest, if he fought David Morrell, I still lean towards Caleb Sweethead Plant. But Caleb Plant's a good win. Caleb Plant's a great win. Excuse me. He's a former champion. Demetrius Bouba-Andre is a good win for David Benavidez. And then he has Kyron Davis. He has some other guys too. So now he has Alexander Vosnik's a great win, especially at light heavyweight. That's a great win as well. So he has some good wins, but that's crazy. Hey, don't you disrespect. Hey, I ain't gonna tolerate that. Hey, chill out, Ty. Chill out, but don't disrespect Gabe Rosado, man. That's a warrior right there, man. Don't disrespect Gabe Rosado now. I ain't gonna tolerate that. Now you don't went too damn far. Respect my boy, man. That dude come to fight, man. Don't disrespect my boy Gabe, man. You're a warrior, man. All hats off to Gabe Rosado, man. Don't disrespect my boy, man. Big salute. I like Gabe Rosado, man. That man fought Triple G. He fought everybody, bro. That dude fights anybody at short notice too. Jaime Munguia, he fights anybody. He's supposed to have a fight now. This man like 42. The only knock I could give on David is the timing it took him to fight Caleb. Yeah, facts. But a lot of them dudes, yeah, I agree. No, that's a real knock though, Ty. They call him a weight bully for no reason. I mean, him and Devin Haney are probably the two most notorious weight bullies in boxing, right? Especially, and Devin Haney's better because Devin Haney, at least he's a consummate professional. He makes weight. Sometimes David Benavidez misses weight habitually, and then he had the cocaine thing too. So you can even say he's undisciplined. One thing you can't knock Devin Haney for, I knock him for being a weight bully, especially against Regis Prograis coming in as damn near super middleweight like Canelo, 165 on fight night. But Devin conducts himself and moves like a professional. You know what I'm saying? He makes weight and does all the things he's supposed to do. But he definitely looks for advantages. And David Benavidez is a weight bully too. So, I agree with that. Nah, dog, this is a fact. As anyone in Philly belt to at, that's crazy. That's crazy. Get off my boy Gabriel, bro. I'm not going. They say he ain't Mexican. Yeah, they probably say that. I don't know, man. Everybody got something to say, man. You just be you. Everybody gonna say something, bro. No matter, bro. They say Tank ain't fighting nobody. They say Canelo scared of David Benavidez. They say Floyd ducked Errol Spence and Triple G. They say Pacquiao was on steroids. They say Beterbiev doesn't really get injured. He just tries to flush the PEDs out of his system and he fakes injuries. They say Tyson Fury ain't beat nobody except Deontay Wilder. Bro, everybody says something, bro. That's why you just gotta be in tune with what you do and just be locked in with yourself, man. Everybody got something to say, man, especially on the internet, bro. And they don't look within. The same people talking trash to you, they accomplish nothing. It is worse than not accomplishing nothing. They don't even strive for anything. They never fail. Some people think not failing is success. No, not just because you didn't fail doesn't mean that you are undefeated or you're just always succeeding. No, it just means that you didn't even try anything worthwhile. You never even took a risk to be great. You never dared to be great or good. You know what I'm talking about? So those are the people that talk the most trash, though. People when it bust a grape at a food fight are the first people to call everybody tomato cans, cab drivers, and bums, and clowns, and bozos. They wouldn't bust a grape in a food fight. The closest thing they came to a confrontation is typing their fingertips on the goddamn keyboard. So those are the people that be talking. So you just remember that when people be on the internet trolling. I'm almost 100% confident Ryan is sniffing coke. Well, I thought he was coked up on the fight. I'm surprised that he didn't come back negative for coke. That's what I thought. I was surprised that it was Ostarine. Or PD. But I thought he was gonna get caught for coke. You could go look at my past streams. I literally said that. I said, man, nah, this dude coked up. He definitely on that booger sugar. That white girl. Hey, yo. I'm finna drop the sparring. That's crazy. Exactly, man. They treat Mexican Americans different than Mexican-born fighters. Maybe they do. I don't know. I mean, that happens, you know. They treat everybody different. Everybody treat everybody different. Look how they're doing Devin Haney. You think that ain't because he's black? If anybody says that, then they're crazy. Yeah, they definitely treat everybody some get treated worse than others, you know. A lot of times it's the black folks, but it's all good, man. That's what sports is supposed to do, man. Sports is supposed to break barriers and bring people together, not separate them, bro. You know what I'm talking about? And that's why sports is so wonderful. But you know, you got to remember too, the ignorant aren't the majority. They're just louder than everybody else. Like the people that be talking shit to me on my videos, I promise you, I have way more likes than dislikes on those videos. But in the comments, you would think that everybody hates my video. No, it's not. Everybody don't hate it. It's just the people that appreciate it. They just usually quiet. And the ones that are are hating and they're corny, they're gonna be louder and demonstrative about it. Drop that sparring vid, Todd. It's easy to say that to you in their face to face, bro. What Illuminati said? What Illuminati said? Boots is so overrated. I ain't gonna say so overrated. I don't think he's overrated. I think he's overhyped. And the reason why I think he's overhyped, like I said before, is because I think he passes the eye test. But it's very pivotal and essential for me before I bestow the greatness title or judgment upon you. It's essential for me and imperative for me to see you fight somebody that I know is definitively good. Roman Villa is a decent fighter, you know, but is he good? I don't know. You know, so I'm fair like that though. I even with Shushu, I think Shushu's very great, but I can't say he's a pound for pound fighter until I see him fight somebody that I know for sure is good, and not just Shushu. Yo, plug with the resub. Appreciate that on the Twitch side. Let me get some sub love in the club. And I'm the same way with Virgil Ortiz. So it's not just Virgil. It's not like I'm being partial. I'm actually impartial. Same with Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz looks great, but until he fights somebody, I cannot give him that title of being great. I think he's. If you ask me what I think, yes, I think Boots is great. I don't know. I know Crawford's great. I know Canelo's great. I know Tank is great. I know Inoue's great. I know Bud is great. I know Tyson Fury is great for me. Some people may disagree, but I think he's great. There's people that I know is great. I can't say that for Boots until I see him beat somebody that I know is great. I'm in the court. I bet. Bro, y'all trying to go eat, man. Y'all trying to keep me, bro. I appreciate it, though. Let's get right. Let's get right. You ain't in the court. I don't see your name, fool. Hey, appreciate that resub plug. Bumron Boots dash Bumron Bum Ennis is wild. I don't see you in no damn Discord. You talking to Ty, my fault. For sure. Take care. I'll hit you up this. All right, bet, clone. I appreciate you, bro. I mean plug. Appreciate you, plug. What's his name? Yeah, his name is Karen. Yeah, where's he from again? He's from Europe though. He's like Karen Chakazakian or something like that. Chakasian. I don't remember his name. Yeah, his name really is Karen. Yeah. Yeah, I got you. You talking to Ty. I got you. Yeah, Karen something. I don't remember his name. He was good though. He was a good fighter. He was a decent fighter. Yeah, I don't remember Karen Chakazakadian or something like that. They don't be knowing my Nigerian and other African country brethren names, so I don't even know their name unless they win a title. Is that one of his best wins? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, exactly. Karen's one of his best ones. Karen and I say Roman Villa. Yeah, one of your best wins is a dude named Karen. I don't care where you're from. If your name Karen, I ain't worried. You know what I'm talking about? Boots can't cut the ring off. Spence sleeping this bum ass. Tyrell said Boots can't. Yeah, I think that's a good fight. I'm not sure. I want to see. I'm eager to see how well Spence looks against Fundora. Spence in his prime, yeah, but this is not Spence in his prime, so I think that's an interesting fight. I don't know who wins. I'll be rooting for Spence, though. Spence is one of my favorite fighters. Yeah, I rock with Spence, man. He's a warrior, man. Even though he got that ass whooped and got thrashed, you see he didn't quit. I respect that, man. Boy went out on his shield, man. No quit in him, man. Shout out to Errol Spence, man. Smoochie, yo, watch your mouth. Tell his little boyfriend, that's crazy. Bad things. You gonna get muted. Oh, Lord. Hey, Tyrell, be careful. Smoochie, go be on your head top. You better be careful, bro.
You better be careful, boy. Smoochie don't play by her boots. You know what I'm talking about? She don't play by her boots now. You better walk light. You better walk light. What the hell is this? Who the hell is Jordan the Stallion? That's crazy. Hey, yo. There's a dude named... his name is Jordan the Stallion?
What?
What are you doing, man? Y'all know who Jordan the Stallion is? That's crazy. He's a YouTuber. I got an email talking about they're trying to get me to go to YouTube VidCon, trying to entice me to buy a ticket and stuff. I ain't going. One of the people they got on there is Shade TV. It's a lady. Hope Scope is another lady. Rosie McMichael, another lady. Horchato Soto is another dude. And then this other dude named Jordan the Stallion. Hey, yo. Them knees don't get tired. He's cool. I love Jordan the Stallion on TikTok. Yeah, see what I'm talking about? Exactly. He sounds like a nigga on TikTok. Yeah. Nigga ain't even got the tint. That's that. Yeah, that sounds like you gonna be on TikTok. I ain't gonna hold you. You can't be Jordan the Lion or something. Jordan the Stallion is crazy. Jordan the Tiger. Jordan the... I don't know. The Lizard. Jordan the Stallion is wild. Let me find out he twerking on TikTok. Let me stop. I'm just playing. I don't know, dude. I'm just joking. I just see the email. I'm not talking. I'm just joking. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get off and warm up these food. Warm this for boots of damn. You lucky, Tyra. I'm getting off because I know Smoochie would have got you up out of here like Jazzy Jeff. Bro, fought a grown man named Kip. That's crazy. I appreciate y'all rocking me as always. I appreciate y'all for real, man. Shout out to the color in the chat that was dropped. You know what I'm saying, earlier, man. That really meant a lot, man. My boy went crazy with that, so I really appreciate that. Appreciate all my members. You know what I'm talking about? Consider becoming a member. We are almost at 10 members. We are at 6 members. We need 4 more members. Let's get right. We need 4 more members. I believe at 10 we get the little extra panel that shows our members' lives. We need 4 more members, man. So consider becoming a member and supporting the channel. My Cash App is right there. I appreciate all the love and the support. Also with the stickers and everything, man. I appreciate that for real. It means a lot to keep me going and the stream flowing. You know what I'm talking about? So y'all be easy. Those of you new to the stream, I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9 Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I'm going to stop saying that because I've been streaming every day on the daily. And I drop videos every day as well. So go check out those videos and hit that like button. Hit that like button on this stream as well. That's really helps a lot. You know, if you can't support monetarily, at least hit the like button for your boy. You know what I'm talking about? And tell your aunties, your uncles, your brothers, your sister, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend. Tell everybody about the channel, especially if they love boxing, man. The best boxing channel on YouTube on the come up, man. Appreciate your argument as always. Appreciate all the chats, all the camaraderie, all the good boxing discussions. Y'all be easy. Take care of yourselves. Remember, with God, we can do anything. Without God, we are nothing. Peace. The doctor's out. From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.